Maybe.
Well, you're a tinkerer. That's kind of what you do. You have an idea,
True.
you try it out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Unfortunately, I lost all of the alchemy stuff too. It was on the old laptop as well. So,
oh no!
I'll have to kind of wing it.
Is there anything I can send you? Because I think I've got some of it.
I think I might have sent it to Thomas because I was asking for tips. Since he never does alchemy, he was going to help me test it out and stuff. And I made him promise not to give you any hints or anything.
Reveal anything?
I think I sent it all to him when I was first working on it. So he might have all my lists. They probably won't be the most up to date because I've added a lot to it since then, but it's something.
No worries. Are we still collectively as a group trying to solve the where's the hookah thing, or did we ever figure out if that?
You guys had all kind of decided that there were two pressing matters. One of which was the whole Hoppsmiller thing, going to the compound, I believe, and that was to discover the whereabouts of that hookah.
I thought we were assuming that the hookah might have been in the Liamin's secret chest that we may or may not have had a key for.
Right, there were kind of two different thought streams going there, because you guys scryed on Juniper, and there was something going on there, and then you had the really ornate miniature chest, and the clues from the inquiry that were revealed about the Liamin's secret chest spell and the way that works. And then the other thing was, of course, going to visit Mother and kind of your patience running out with all of the different things that are going on. But at the same time, you have this newfound laboratory, and you're kind of eager to find out more about Frankie and some other things too. So there's just a lot of conflicting things, and everybody is kind of starting to get to the point where they're coming to a consensus on what to do. And I think Hoppsmiller first and Sub 2 second was the general direction you guys wanted to go.
Hoppsmiller has a deadline. Sorry. You have to do it.
Going to the Hoppsmiller estate, is that more of sneak in and try to sneak around and see if we can find it, or
there were some requests from Calypso when she mentioned helping Prunus with that quest, that might give you the impression that discretion is advised.
So Xavier and Safkeen should not go, basically.
Probably not, although I can throw illusions.
You, actually. In fact, we should only send Lindell and Genevieve to go talk to the Hobbsmiller, I think.
Oh, we're actually gonna knock on the door and talk to them. I thought this was more we're gonna use magic and just sneak in.
Well, I mean, it's a journey too. We'll pull up the map real quick.
Yeah.
So, looking at the map you guys have of Hoppsmiller wine country, you gather that this lake, Lake Sneed, is to the west of Librany, along the road that heads out to the west, and that there's a village there, and there's a meadery, and then there's the castle amongst the fields on the highest ridge, and the compound that she spoke of is most likely this castle, basically. But to get there, you have to go through these kind of rolling hills around the lake.
How do we know how long of a journey that is?
Based on the map that you have and the journeys that you've taken up to the center of the city in Scale Square, you realize it'd probably be about a half a day to get to the castle. On foot, it would be much longer, but carriage or horseback, you could probably get there in roughly 4 to 6 hours from where you are now. Because you'd have to go up through Liberty to get to the surface. Which just that takes a couple hours.
Gotcha.
So
okay.
Given your current location, obviously you'd head out the front door of your mansion and turn right and head towards Gold District. I don't have Gold District up yet, but I have the little map, I think, somewhere. Where was that map? Well, darn it. I guess I got rid of it. Well, anyway, yeah, the Liberty map, you basically just have to head that direction until you get to the Dwarven stairwell and head up to level 3, 2, and then the surface. So it's not too long of a journey through Harbor Town, at least, to get to the stairwell. Maybe like 10-minute walk. Something like that.
Blah, blah, blah.
So basically, you guys just have to decide what you want to do. If you want to go all the way up to the Hoppsmillers, if you want to try and figure out more where you're at, or if you just want to say, fuck these quests. Let's go do something else.
I'm all for doing the Hoppsmiller estate one, I guess. The promise that we go to sub 2 after.
I think that was the plan all along. Lindell's eager to get back down to that area as well. So
Yeah.
And then
The thing
you
that
and
has the most
Safkeen,
fun
right?
time.
You and Safkeen have their long-term goals, but they're pretty much just along for the ride right now. The real test is going to be to see if Genevieve has the patience to not look for her crew, and then if Lindell is on board, since she's such a chaotic character. She might just get a wild hair and decide to do something else.
True.
Because there's the LB thing, the person that was a friend of Kat's from a long time ago. There's the whole Cat thing with her husband coming. What else do you guys got going on? This whole thing about an assassin hunting her too, or this person, or whoever it is. There's Othmal, the captain of Genevieve's ship that has been sending these kind of pirate broadcasts through the Sending Stone. And then there's the whole Feywild thing.
I'm actually really curious about the whole Feywild thing. And it is being corrupted. That could be really bad for the Prime Material.
Right. It seems like there's something weird going on with planar shifting and portals and people trying to expand their boundaries anyway with who knows, like Otherwhere too, with these weird gates that go there. There's a lot going on with different planes of existence. So the story is slowly becoming much larger than just Liberty.
Slowly is. The story is already too big in Liberty. Like we can't have it expand anymore. Like
yeah, it's difficult. You guys are in a gigantic metropolitan area, one of the biggest cities in the Outer Islands. So it's like the first time you go to Tokyo, you could go to a different place every night for 3 years and still not go everywhere. There's hundreds of thousands of people to talk to and encounter. So, we could spend another 5 years on Liberty. Just depends on what you guys want to do. But now at least you have a home base. You have somewhere to come back to.
Yeah, that's true.
And you've got a robot butler that's in the process of being fixed.
Yeah.
In my through the last games, could Xavier have tried to create any potions or
Yeah, definitely.
bombs or?
Yeah, you definitely could have. It's just, what did you want to try? Oh, you had some information for you.
She did?
Did I?
You went out and inquired about something for Xavier.
Oh yeah, the acid bath.
Electric bath.
Electric bath, yeah.
She would just dissolve all the flesh off things.
Yes, they gave me a price for the electric bath, right? And a time thing.
That is correct.
Okay, I have to open World Anvil. I took notes on World Anvil. Oh shoot! I have to open World Anvil in Chrome.
So you went out shopping that morning. Got up kind of early and went out and did a bunch of shopping, and then came back with some information.
Right.
Okay.
And
Ross, I know what makes. Where
notebook.
Oh, Kit. Also, your character sheet. Make sure you had your long rest.
My character sheet. Oh, right.
Okay.
Do I long rest again? Oh, right. There we go. Long rest.
So you went to the Alchemist Anonymous store, and I asked about an electric bath. An electric bath cost 4,000 gold, and they told me that is, yeah, they said it's a compact unit the size of a microwave. Now, why they would know what a microwave is, I don't know, DM. But
that was the DM.
The universe apparently has microwaves.
That was the DM saying to Seda about how approximately how big it is for the aphantasmic viewers.
Yeah.
So 4,000 gold, but that's at a store. That's at Alchemist Anonymous. Right. So you could probably just build one.
Build one how? Well, I guess it's true.
Run electricity into his lab and kill all of us.
This is one of the very few residences that has electric power. So you guys are already kind of on your way to having a outlets, basically.
Don't run any electricity near Safkeen, please. She's like 80% water. She will die. Please don't do that.
I think all of you guys are 80% water, honestly.
90% then. I don't know. 95%.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit more, like 87%, something like that. Seda, there was one other thing that you would have... there's a bit of a plus to having this unit that's the size of a microwave.
Yeah.
It has its own power source. So it's portable.
They didn't tell me that. Portable.
So maybe I can carry it anywhere.
Yeah.
Or he could try.
If I wanted a less expensive version, I would provide my own power to the electric bath, or...
No, this one is an all-contained unit because most people don't have electricity running to their labs. It's a very uncommon thing. This is a very new technology.
So they don't sell cheaper ones. Yeah.
No, there's one option.
I don't have a whole lot of gold.
No, none of us do.
You could always ask your friend D. Bank of the Cleric.
With the pocket full of sapphires.
4,000 gold.
A pocket full of like 6 sapphires stolen from the royal palace ceiling.
Oh yeah,
just being mean. You know. What I miss?
Oh, we're just recapping.
Oh, okay.
Recapping.
You got up early the next morning and went out and did some some shopping right when the stores opened and came back with some information. And we ended last time about the time that Lindell finished the spell at 11 a.m.
Right.
So Xavier
Wait,
would have
what
had the morning.
Where? So again,
Experiment and stuff.
so more specifics about the torso. Like, where did you find it?
On the ground in the portal room that went to the
It
Feywild.
was,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was inside. You see where you is standing next to an elf on its side, right? Yeah.
Yes. I can't see that.
Oh, you
It's all
can't.
dark.
Okay. Let me turn off dynamic lighting. See if that works. Turn off. Okay. Can you see now?
Yes.
All right. So that's Lafayette. It was cut in half. Half of the torso that was disemboweled was shoved against the stone wall, and he was outstretched with his face down, and had written Yu's name, I think, in blood, or scratched it into the ground or something. I can't really remember.
With his fingernails.
Yep. And
Do you know what
then
you
they raised dead on him, asked him some questions, and then brought him up to the surface.
And then didn't we prop him up in one of the like fireplaces with like gentle repose cast on him?
Yeah, you
and
cast
Xavier-
gentle repose, and then Xavier took him up to the lab and propped him in the corner of the lab.
He can be a useful coat rack.
Oh, it can be more than a coat rack.
Mask on him when you're
Well,
sleeping.
I think particularly you guys put him in the corner of the lab because you
Oh.
could close it off and seal it, and it's magically, bound.
Oh, gotcha.
My notes say his hand was clenched around a humanoid tooth that had been filed down to a point that he had
That's
used to
right.
carve you in the
Around with it.
ground.
That's right.
He pulled out his own
I remember
tooth.
details like that.
Important detail.
I
yeah.
remember too.
That's right, because it was
Okay.
a cave bottom. Okay,
Yeah.
that makes more sense.
They head upstairs to inform Lindell what they Everyone has all right, Xavier read Lindell the book Lovers in Paradise. Oh,
Oh.
I'm just reading through my notes here. Sorry.
Xavier ASMR channel, book reading.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys are back up in the mansion now. You've just finished up the Hallow spell. Yu is back from shopping. Xavier's tinkering in his laboratory. Safkeen, I believe, is making breakfast for everyone.
Yeah.
And you guys had brought the pieces of Seb back up to the charging station, and he's charging. And I think that's it. Yeah.
Hey, you, how did shopping go? I'm all done my spell.
Did we not talk about it?
No, I gave you my backpack, and I was like, "Hey, can you go buy me this emerald seed thing?"
Okay, so the emerald seed is on back order. Now I remember, because Seda talked to Thomas about this. You hasn't talked to Lindell about it.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. Thomas knows what happens. Lindell does not.
In scene.
Yes.
Okay. I was like, my brain hurts. But I spent 500 of your gold on this Yule log.
Oh, you did buy one
How
for
big is
Jen. Okay, good.
How
Thank
big
you.
is a Yule log? Here's
Yeah,
a
it's not that big. It's the size of a blank that you would use to carve a life-size Lindell.
Oh.
So
Wait,
it's the same like roundness and height as Lindell.
They told me to tell you it's the
not
most
round.
flammable thing on the planet. Do not smoke near this Yule log. Do not.
Xavier, if you're around, your branches, ears would perk up when you mentions that it's the most flammable substance.
Yeah, sorry. What's the most flammable substance?
The blue Yule log. Blue what?
Blue
now?
spruce.
Blue spruce. Blue spruce Yule log.
And do you have some?
She's holding it.
Well, I'm handing it to Lindell. It's the same size as Lindell. You can drag it.
No, I'm pretty sure I'm taller. Pretty sure I have.
Is there any chance?
And just like,
Can
I'll give you your
get a
money back.
sample? I got an idea.
technically, this is Jen's. She did me a favor. Well, she helped me with something, and so this is a thank you to her. So it's her Yule log. You can ask her.
Do you want me to help you carry it up the stairs, Lindell?
Yes, please.
How did you get it? Your one up the stairs.
I don't remember.
Rolled it up.
Seb, I believe. Seb carried it up for you.
Yes.
Well, I'm charging right now, so.
Could you put it in Jen's fireplace, please? Ooh, and can you do some sort of like elemental magics and light it?
With my water skills?
Can't you do any other?
Flowing.
Make it really soggy. I don't think that's the point of the log somehow.
You don't have any sort of other like elemental attunement magics or anything like that you can do, just water stuff?
And air.
Ooh.
Fire.
What if you like
where I'm from, funnily enough.
That's fair. We'll just have to use with the tinderbox.
I do fire.
No fireball it. Blow the whole house.
I have firebolt.
No. No.
Okay.
We'll just
I'm thinking
do
just like okay, yeah, let's just use a tinderbox.
Are you gonna light it right now?
No,
someone carry it up to Jen's room.
Okay.
What's in the fireplace? What's in the fireplace?
Okay, all right. Sufkeen, and you head up to Genevieve's room, and the door is cracked a little bit, and you hear Genevieve kind of humming inside. When you enter, and she's at the desk, just writing down some notes.
Special
hi, guys.
delivery.
What's this?
So you just come in and dump it in her fireplace.
Oh, is that one of those things that Lindell has upstairs?
Here you
Yeah,
go.
sure.
Thank you for your help.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, it's pretty cold in here. Do you mind lighting it? I don't have a.
Where you
feels
light
around
it?
for a tinderbox.
Is there any chance I could have a small sample of the substance?
How much of it?
He holds out a bag.
All right. Well, what are you going to do for me?
Mhm.
Song and dance? Are you a song and dance man?
Song and dance treat. Song and dance treat.
Like magical bells trees or something. I don't know.
That's true. I could.
Oh, I know. Maybe you could make me something. You're like into mixing potions
Make
and
her a
stuff.
song.
Could you make me something?
Sure, I could make you a potion.
How about a love potion?
No, a bad idea. Don't give Jen any love potion.
If you
Sure,
promise
I can
me
do-
to figure out how to make a love potion, then you can have a piece of my log.
Fair enough. I
Deal.
will work on a potion for you.
Then have a piece.
Okay. He's gonna take a chunk of the log, just like a little, nugget of it, and scoop it into a pouch.
All right. So you now have one sample of blue spruce.
Okay, so I know exactly what I want to do with that now.
Okay.
I'm gonna take some of the blue spruce, some of the skin from Mercury,
Okay.
and I'm crush those together, and using a base of oil, I'm going to attempt to create a fire potion.
What kind of oil?
Just basic oil. I don't have anything.
Basic oil. Okay.
You can have
Yeah,
some
just-
more
All right. So you take, and
oil
you're gonna
if
do
you
a.
like. We have lots of that. Lots. Please take some, please.
Yeah,
Lots
the
of what-
Aubergine whale oil is another option, which is the stuff that they use inside of Seb.
Oh,
We have a lot of it.
yeah.
You can
Yeah.
have some. I'll let you.
Yeah.
It's not refined. It is like raw oil, so it's not quite as clear, as pure as what you use in Seb. That jar that you have that you've been using with Seb
Right.
is a
I wouldn't
little
wanna
bit
use
like
Seb.
more of an amber color.
And fire serpent.
So you're going to use Seb's
Yeah.
oil. One sample
gonna-
of that.
No, not well. The Auberginian whale oil, not his, because I'm
The
not sure how to
unrefined.
make it.
Okay. All right. So you take the
Um,
unrefined Auberginian whale oil. We'll say just an ounce.
Mhm. And the blue spruce, and a little of the fire serpent skin. So
Okay.
I'm
And
cutting
you're
it up.
going to use the crushing process with which piece of equipment?
The crushing process. With which piece of equipment? Hang on a second. I need to go back to my notes here.
Yeah, I'm trying to find him. Thomas, I think I sent all
So-
that stuff to you at
Yep,
some
yep.
point.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
there we
do. What do you need?
Oh, good. I sent you the whole list of everything too. Okay.
Mhm.
Let's see. No, I've got it. I can pull it up. There we go. There's the flowchart.
The
Okay.
lab. No,
All
here
right.
we go.
So
Sample.
your base is
two-
going to be blue spruce. Your let's see. Second sample is the fire snake skin. Your solvent
Mhm.
is Auberginian whale oil.
Mhm.
You can also choose a catalyst if you have a known catalyst.
Well, I'm
You
guessing
wanna-
the catalyst would be fire, but I don't want to set fire to it yet, do I?
Because you
Uh,
would much rather set fire to the rain. Right? No. Right?
Sure.
No?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Yeah, why not?
In
Yeah.
life.
That's fine.
What was
All
that,
right,
Jenny?
and then you're going to use.
Linda would be such a teeny bopper if she was like in like modern life. She'd be like a K-pop stan. Oh, so cute, and she'd like know all the dances. Oh, so cute. Oh, so cute.
100%. 110%.
I wish I was an artist because I would love to like, or like maybe I could find some way to like, although I don't really have like the images completely clear in my head, but I'd love to like have the images of like, I was thinking about like what our characters would be like if they were like high school like stereotypes.
That'd be
So
fun.
like you would obviously be like the trench coat wearing like creepy goth girl, and then like
Right.
Right?
Dean would
Yes.
be like a grouchy jock, and then Xavier would be like the weirdo in the corner who like sets fire to stuff.
The cultural glasses,
Like-
suspenders.
Yeah, and then Jen would be like the popular, like beautiful one or something. I don't know.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cheerleader.
Cheerleader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheerleader.
Okay,
yeah. I could
Kit,
be like
with
the cheerleader,
those
like,
ingredients.
she'd be like the cheerleader, like
Yeah.
leader, head cheerleader. That would be Jen. Yeah.
Yep. 100%.
She'd also like read tarot cards and do crystals in her spare time as well.
I
Mhm.
need to make a.
Yeah, Lindell would be like that poor kid, but you know that poor kid that can like get anything you want.
You'd be on that though.
Pardon?
Kit, it'll take you about
Maybe
an
like
hour and a
that,
half.
like home, and like you'd go back. She'd go
Really?
back to like her little house, and she'd have loads of like posters on her wall of like people, like celebrities she liked and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, and that makes sense with her being a cleric. She would just have like this this faith in one band or one artist or something like that. Like, what would the Spriggan be if the Spriggan was a band?
Skill check with your alchemy kit.
Okay, so that is my skill bonus plus my tool bonus, right?
I think it is whatever it's based on. Intelligence, I think. It'd be your intelligence modifier plus your proficiency bonus. So D20 and then plus those 2, I believe.
Okay, so it's still 7. So that is a 22.
22. Very good. All right. So you take your mortar and pestle and you crush up the blue spruce, and every once in a while it kind of sparks against the mortar and pestle as you're grinding it, until it starts sparking a bit much, and you think probably that's good. And then you take the fire snake skin and you crush that up too into kind of a fine orangey colored powder, and mix the two together. After you mix them together and pour in a little bit of the oil, it kind of makes a little bit of a sludge that is this weird purplish color, and you pour it into one of your beakers.
Round, yeah.
And as you do, you kind of swirl it around, and as you're swirling it, the purplish color starts to marble with these oranges that begin to grow and expand until the whole thing is this kind of dull orange color with a little bit of a yellow foam, like a head on top.
Do I have enough left to do that one more time?
No, you used everything.
Time to go get some more spruce.
Okay.
So cross off those 3 samples. One of the aubergine whale oil, one of the blue spruce, and then one of the fire snake skin. 1 sample of each.
Also, Thomas, did you see that we worked out what our characters' star signs would be? And Lindell's is the Spriggan, because it fits her so well, and it's so cute. It's like she was meant to be.
Perfect.
Hey,
So
who's in? Hey, Haas.
Whoa, hey Houston.
Hello, with your mask on.
Very safe. Very, very safe.
D&D style. South
Social distance.
So much hand sanitizer.
Oh yeah, just drink it.
That's what the president recommended, wasn't it?
Right, so the tree.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm gonna go to a
Sounds about
corner.
right.
You're outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Quickly. No one. Stiff arm
if you
anyone
went
that
into
gets
the
within
gate.
6 feet.
Yeah.
right?
Oh no, I'm going to a plug-in.
Yeah, I was by one, but I didn't want to disturb the person sitting there by being like, blah, 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 blah. I got a 17 on my roll. Nah.
Your connection is really good. Like your video and your audio, they're perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Free airport Wi-Fi.
Yeah, it's like real time.
Good job,
Fast.
Houston.
Maybe.
You must be underneath one of those.
Black
The hub.
Arabs. The hub. Sorry for the late start, guys, though.
Oh, you're fine.
Your friend, Brian.
Yeah.
Like, wow, you
Honestly,
made that so cool. Like, yeah.
Oh my
No, there's nobody here. It
definitely
cleared
made
out.
friends that way.
Yeah, I don't want to make friends. But when I first came, it was packed, and now there's like 10 people in this terminal, so
Oh wow, that's great.
they all went
Good
away.
job.
I'm glad. I coughed a lot, and they all ran.
Good job.
Thanks.
Okay, I know Brian just got here, but I have to run to the bathroom.
Oh,
That's
I just came from the back.
Actually, and this is a good thing. Is like, so Brian, if Xavier, so you have your Bruce log, and if
Yes.
Xavier were to ask for a sample of your Bruce log, what would be something that you would ask him to make you in return?
Oh,
Let's see if David played you right.
I'm just wondering, like, how accurate was David? Because
a bathtub.
Something realistic. Xavier can actually make
He can't make a bathtub, like with his old sheddings or something?
Well, he's not like a carver, right? He's an alchemist.
Oh, for God's sake. Well, what use is he? Sorry, I'm just kidding. I feel like I might want some decorations for the room, or like a rack to hold my bells, or some kind of jewelry, maybe.
Oh.
That's quite
Yeah.
sweet.
What did you get? What did you say? What's the correct answer?
I asked him to figure out how to make a love potion.
Oh my God, I would use it on that Sprite.
What?
Huh.
Why?
Because he's
Why would
kind
you
of an
waste
ornery little bugger.
diamonds?
I remembered you actually mentioning that a while back. Like, I don't know if it was just us or if it was everybody, but you did mention like kind of tricking the pixie into falling in love with you or something.
Yeah,
I don't remember what the context was. Yeah.
It could go horribly awry. I mean, he's from the Feywild, but who knows? Oh no, I can't take off my mask. What am I doing? Sorry.
Wah.
I got no
I don't know
headphones
if
now.
it would be a good idea to make a Sprite. in love with you.
Technical difficulties.
I forgot. I'm not used to being out in the world, guys.
Fair.
Okay, sorry. So we were discussing. Star signs.
And I was just telling Thomas that we decided that Linda would be under the Spriggan, which is so fitting and so lovely.
What was Xavier?
Xavier was Smith
Yeah.
the Bellow.
Yeah, Smith.
Oh, that makes sense.
The inquisitive mind.
Yes.
And Jenny, that makes sense because David, like, as part of getting into this campaign, I had David send me a bunch of like details. I was like, just send me like a packet. Just send me all the details you have about this world and like what it's like, and tell me about Sub 1 and what are the deities and like what's a map and and I'll make a character from that. So I think that's really what my subconscious did, was like picked the Spriggan and then just kind of like built Lindell from there.
Yeah. Like a little
That makes
sapling.
sense.
It's interesting because all of you guys started out with kind of a deity or a philosophy or something that you follow, but all of you are kind of, now that we're playing, leaning towards another one, which is really fascinating for me because I didn't expect your characters' personalities, likes, dislikes, decisions to shift that much. And so now I'm writing things far in the future that kind of pull you that direction to see if you'll go with it or if you're going to backtrack and go back to your old ideals. Especially
You mean like
Xavier
as we age
and
to get more conservative? Sorry.
Not quite. More adventurous, because a lot of you guys started from very humble beginnings where you were either like trapped in one place, only went to this one place, or you saw too much and didn't want to see anymore and just stayed where you were. Or you were forced into the life you led in the area you did. So a lot of you guys, now that you're out and about, it's like when the Amish person finally does their mission or whatever you call it, where they say, go spend some time in the city, and if you like it, stay, but most of them end up coming back, you know? It's kind of that thing. And all of you guys are in your own ways going through that right now. Whether the fight between whether you go with the traditions you were brought up with, or if you branch out and learn new things and go where you individually want to go. So there's going to be interesting crossroads for a lot of you guys personally coming up in the story.
Oh, I like to branch out.
Puns.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I'll allow it.
That was a critical pun, by the way.
Yeah, that was the natural 20 of puns.
And I think that's one of the things I really appreciate about playing with you guys is not only is David an amazing DM who is like super prepared, excited about his world, and like excited to make it interactive and like work around like where we want to go and what we want to do, but also you guys as players, sometimes when I play with other people, or especially at something like Adventures League or something like that, players have pretty one-dimensional characters. Like, I'm here to kill orcs, or kill bad guys, or gain XP, or find treasure.
Yeah.
Like, that's my one thing. I don't have really a backstory, I don't have really any family, like, nothing like that. This is my one thing. And it makes for pretty boring role-play and interaction. But y'all have made really, really diverse and interesting characters that have different points of view that conflict sometimes, and it makes certain decisions like much more tension based, because as a player you're like, oh yeah, this is obviously the most logical or easiest decision, but as my character is having conflict, and what do I do from there? And that's really interesting to see and really fun to play with. So that's really awesome.
Yeah,
it makes them
I
seem
didn't
more
have
real
a
too.
concept of all the nuance of character design and role play until I started watching professionals do it. And now I think more people are like, oh, that's how you can do it. Okay, that makes way more sense. We don't have to just always be in combat.
Yeah.
And even when we were starting out, one of the things that, like, my very first DM was always like, okay, you have to come up with like 3 personality traits, and one of them has to be a flaw. It has to be something that your character is gullible, or your character has, he's addicted to something, or he's got something that is kind of his Achilles heel, that character will have that conflict, and he will have to fight more so than he does the bad guys, or he does the, what is, even maybe it's a motivation that, constantly gets him into trouble, or something like that. And I think flaws are really important for a lot of really good role playing. What a good story.
Almost more so than having one skill that's maxed out. But I do think it makes a really interesting character build. To like, the most boring character you can build is 15s all the way across. It's like, all right, so you're sort of good at everything. Great, good for you. The more interesting characters are like, let's take somebody with an 18 strength and give him a 1 intelligence. How is that going to be comical and awesome in battle, but then in social situations so awkward? And that makes a much more interesting character.
You guys are great at social awkwardness, by the way, as characters.
I'm a tree raised by
oh my gosh, Jenny.
We tend to make characters that are really socially awkward. I do find
they're fun.
Yeah. But all of you are going to excel in your own ways. Like, when you are around people that, like, working class people that like to party and like to have fun and like to sing, Genevieve's going to shine, because she will be the rock star in that situation. Or like when there's tons of evil shit going on and like hard things to cope with, death, use the person you want around for that, because she can deal with those things. When you guys are, out in the wild experiencing like weird, strange creatures and plants that might kill you if you eat them, having somebody like Xavier around is like key. If you're down in the sewers amongst like the scum of society and like the downtrodden, Lindell's your person. You want them to guide you. And Safkeen, it's like, if you guys are in a tough situation where there's a lot of rough and tumble type people, pirates, cutthroats, and then you have to be on the open ocean for days or weeks, Safkeen's your person to have around then. So you all are going to excel in your own rights, depending on where you guys are located. You just need to leave your house.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
let's get out of the house, guys.
Quarantine.
I'm so excited to leave the house. Let's go to the Hoppsmiller estate.
How much is art imitating life at this moment, then? My God.
All right. Well, if you guys do want to head out, the world's your oyster.
Do we have a plan of how we're going to do things when we get there? Or are we going to develop a plan, maybe like get to the town? There's a town before we get to the Hoppsmiller estate, right? Maybe we could, make the journey there, set up in town, ask some questions, gather info, and then figure out the best way to approach getting into the estate.
That's a good idea.
So I'm
Safdie's
all
going to
for.
bring along her little scrap of paper that she got Mildred to sign, and she's going to be like, I'm going to pretend to be that weird, creepy super fan that I used to be, because maybe that might help. I don't
Oh.
Hmm.
What are we looking
Thomas.
for here, though?
Oh,
We're trying to get
this
into Mildred's area to see if we can find if she's got the hookah in her room or on the estate somewhere, or what people can tell us about Mildred.
Got it. That's what I couldn't remember. Is what yeah, I couldn't
Hide a
remember the first
hookah. Like, why would she steal the stuff? Why was she a megalomaniac? Like,
What do we know about the Liamon's secret chest angle? Did we find anything out there?
I don't think anybody in your party had any knowledge of that specific spell, other than it is a very high level spell.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you guys learned.
I don't like him,
Did-
so
Yeah.
I thought you figured some stuff out.
Yeah, she went to a shop, didn't she, to ask about it, and kind of was. They were like, we can't really help much, but it's like this. Or the
Well,
library.
she did get back with some information. She might have some limited knowledge. I would let her roleplay that since I know everything. I don't remember what she remembers. It was about the Liamon's secret chest spell.
Nobody knew anything about it.
That
I
was
found
what it
no
was.
books,
Oh, okay.
no scrolls, so I cannot cast it.
So, are we assuming at this point that it has to be on the Hoppsmiller estate? And if it's not, then it's out of our reach as far as there's powerful magic guarding it and we can't figure it out.
Mhm.
well, we could always go to Archmage.
What's her name? Said
What's whose name?
Crap! I need to find my book. I know who you're talking about. The
Archmage who?
Archmage.
Thomas?
Oh God! What is?
Oh, the
Going
blue
in
one.
and out.
Calypso? Prunus? One of those two people?
No, not Where is my book?
No?
Checking the notes.
Prunus was the
Look
one
at-
who gave us the quest, and then Calypso called us on the sending zone and was like, meh, meh, or whatever.
She sounded like an angry duck.
I like that
Well,
sound.
I went to the Arcane Focus and asked, and they said it was very rare, and that I probably wouldn't find a spell book or spell scroll in the city, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to actually go. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. So you guys head out.
David,
Make
do you
sure
have like stuff like that? Like, do you have the town prepared? Like, do you have?
Oh, there's a new map. Thomas, you didn't see it.
I think
I'm
I
on a new
did.
map.
Oh, you did. Never mind.
The-
You saw
the-
this.
Silver District map.
The whatchamacallit, the one where he like annotated the little town and whatnot. Is that what you're talking about, Brian?
That
Fabulous
was on
new
the
like 3D map.
Oh no, he has a new map, right?
Maybe yes. Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's based
Is
off
he
the
map
drawing.
off?
Oh, you're not on roll 20.
I am on roll 20.
Oh,
You'll see
okay.
it as soon as you get in.
Oh, it just says I think my computer's just struggling with the bandwidth right now. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's all right.
Mine's gonna take a moment to load it up.
Yeah, I've got you guys on the Silver District map right now. So that you can see about how big the harbor is and where all of the different locations are, including your mansion.
See, there's the map.
You guys
Where'd
are all
Xavier
kind of like
go?
hidden around the
What
map.
is this?
Xavier's
Is that your house? What?
That's our house.
Yeah, we live
It's
over there.
our house.
Where did
Jen is
Xavier
still
move
on the
to?
tower outside. Jen, get down off
Yeah,
that
I'm
tower.
with Timothy and
Anymore.
Timothy.
He's not at all.
You're with Timothy and Timothy.
Yeah, that's right, the randos.
Yes. Why
What are
did
you doing with the
Xavier move?
randos, Jen?
Trying to get facts.
Why did Xavier move? He's here now.
Oh, I don't know. He probably moved himself. He's thinking about ending it all and just jumping in the harbor.
Oh, he's getting waterlogged. Oh,
He's gonna
Thomas.
go. He's gonna go join the mind flayers.
Shoot, I don't. Oh, here I am. I'm up here. Okay, I can come down to our little house.
I feel like
I'm with
Xavier does
Jin in
want
the
to go after
courtyard.
that mind flayer.
Probably.
So it's
No,
early morning, right? We all. What?
Yes.
I think he was
Yes,
saying no,
okay.
that he doesn't want to go after a mind flayer.
Oh, okay,
No,
not
no.
that it's. He was. I thought
I
he
don't
was
think his
very
mind
emphatic. It was
was-
not early morning.
Not the morning. No.
Early morning. So how? We have maps and stuff. How long will it take us to get up to the surface?
About 2 hours. You're about 10 minutes away from the dwarven stairwell that goes up to level 2, or sorry,
Let's
to
do
level
it.
3, and then 2 above that, and then the surface. You've been up to
and
Scale
I-
Square enough times that you know the way now. So with Lindell's help, I would say about an hour and a half to get up to Scale Square, and then to the perimeter wall, maybe another half hour until you're headed west out of town, out of the city.
Okay, and then once we get out of town, like in the brochures, did it say that we should just hire a cart and like ride to the Hoppsmiller Manor? Or
Roll a
I bought a brochure.
roll a history
I
check.
got a free
Roll a
brochure.
history check.
Doesn't the brochure just say like quickest way to the Hoppsmiller Vinnery?
It doesn't. It just has the map.
Jump on the 2 train and then transfer to the 18 bus.
L,
And
yeah,
then-
get off the L and
Right off the freeway.
and then up to the highway bus station, and you have to get a ticket in Japanese.
Well,
Oh, Dicky.
I'll let you know. I got a 21.
In Japanese?
You knows how to travel.
Wow.
No, I
So
wish.
did-
No, in my made-up history major.
That's right.
21.
Auberginian is Japanese, right?
Oh God, I wish.
Hungarian.
21. Easy enough. Yeah, there's a cart that you can hire that does wine tours. That goes out of the city and takes you to the meadery. It doesn't take you all the way to the castle, but it does take you to the meadery.
So we can go in undercover, as if we're doing a
We can
wine
just
tour.
hire- Yes, I will
yes.
totally look like a random citizen
Jen.
going on a tour.
Do we need to disguise?
Hey, Jen.
Yes.
Just
Jen.
dress nice.
Jen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You should convince the others to actually do a walk.
You cut out. All I got is convince the others to do a watch.
Yeah, I didn't get it either.
Wine tour, I think, is what he said.
wine
An actual
tour.
wine tour.
You know, if we join the tour, we might be able to get to some areas we wouldn't be able to get to on our own. It could be very useful.
Mm.
Mm.
Ooh, the old slip away from the tour technique. I like that, Jen.
Can anybody else make
I think-
themselves invisible?
Ooh, can I?
Maybe we could disguise
No.
the more,
I
obviously
can kind of
like me and Xavier.
Oh, would you
Should
like
we
to be
be
grapes?
disguised?
I could make you into some big
No,
grapes.
not a
Oh.
grape. No, thank you.
Checking.
Like another.
Greater
person.
invisibility, but it only lasts 1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute. Okay. Well, I mean, I can disguise us. That's not a problem. And worst case scenario, we can hypnotize people once we're in there to just slip away. It shouldn't be an issue. But
I mean, nobody knows who we are, right?
true. We think. Well,
Although I bear a great likeness to the posters that I put up all over town. But Softkeen looks nothing like the doodle I put on of her. So maybe I should disguise myself.
Is it possible that
Maybe
Xavier
like an
can
ogre.
use his silent image to cover over himself?
oh.
Silent image?
Yeah.
Sure.
Create the silent image and just essentially put it over myself. So make it a little bit larger than me and just move with it.
How long
you
does
can
it last?
try, but it'll be a very difficult
actually-
thing to make it.
Maybe like a
with you.
loading thing where every 10 seconds.
Right, there might be like a little buffering where it stretches out a little bit.
If you want to look like something else, I mean, I can make you seem like something else to people. That's no problem.
Do you think, I guess the question is, will it matter?
Maybe we should save it for if we need it.
Xavier, from everything
I
you've
could
experienced
have.
with the surface world so far, nobody really seems to pay much attention, except for like little kids and people with bad social manners. But otherwise, this is such a melting pot of a place that nobody really cares if you look different.
I think
Okay,
it would be
cool.
fun if we went in costume.
Costume.
If we made,
Costume.
yeah. If we used magic, or if we got costumes or something, or got our fancy robes, and then we went on a wine tour. Like we could go as like, I don't know. We could pretend to be nobles, or we could pretend to be like a musical group, or we could pretend to be, I don't know. We could all be pirates, or it would be fun. It would be like a party.
I like the idea of nobles, and if anyone's up to it, you could pretend to be this woman who owns the house too, if you feel confident.
Pretend to be like Colchester or Mildred.
Oh, the Mildred woman.
Mildred-
Yeah. Sorry, I haven't met her.
Does anybody know she's dead?
I mean, the
I feel like
council
they
does.
probably do.
And you could pretend to be Mildred.
She's
Wait, which one of us? Jen?
Problem, Matt.
Probably not me. I mean, I've never met the woman, for God's sake, but I can help you
true.
look like
We
her.
only met her corpse. Oh no, we met her in the dream. Is that an accurate? Is that
Jen
her
was-
though, or is that?
Well, there's only one way to find out, I suppose.
Didn't we meet her like an actual person ever, or only in a dream?
She was dead when we got out.
Yeah, I don't think we ever
Right?
actually met her.
very dead.
So I don't know if Dream Mildred was her sharing the dream with us, or just a genie fucking with us.
Yeah, because the way she talked and the way she acted in the dream might not actually be the way she really talks and acts.
All of
well,
you in your
worst-
ears, you hear a laughter.
He's still alive, guys. He's still alive.
What was that?
We're coming for you.
Oh my god.
What is it? Where's it coming from?
Right
It's our
around this
genie friend.
time, as you guys are talking in the kitchen, you hear a doo 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 at the front door.
Oh. There's someone at the door.
Don't make any wishes.
Go into-
Don't make any. Yeah, nobody make any wishes. Seb,
maybe
is
it's
Seb
a god.
recharged yet?
I
Seb,
don't know.
he's not recharged yet.
I'll go
Okay,
in.
I'll go into the door.
in.
Come
No,
on, Xavier.
Real quick,
All right.
so you guys see, Seb still has. Let's see.
Oh, I forgot we
Seb-
have a little timer.
Seb still has about 16 hours, maybe 15 hours at this point, because it's getting close to noon.
Okay, he's got a while.
So I'm going to uptick that a
hours.
little bit. We'll go ahead and
Let's
uptick
see.
that to 15. There we go. Oh, a little
Okay.
bit further. There we go.
Subby.
Okay, so back to here. All right, so you guys answer the door.
Yeah, me and
Yes.
Xavier together,
All right.
ready to
You
fight.
answer the door, and there is a very familiar soldier standing with his sword is sheathed, and he has a shield on his back. His helmet's on. He looks like he's just gotten off duty. He's, guys,
Carlton,
it's me. It's Carlton. It's Carlton. Are you guys okay? And he cracked the door open. He's like, oh my gosh, you guys, can I come in? And he looks around behind him.
I will drag Carlton
Yes.
All right, yeah, you pull him in the door and shut it behind you, and he just like leans up against the door, kind of like almost like he's out of breath or in shock. He's like, "I'm so glad you guys made it out. I was so worried. They pulled me in, and Dawn Lux, she was interrogating me for like 24 hours straight about the thing I had to drink. How did you guys get this house?"
Oh,
It was-
well. They gave it to us, actually. What do you mean they interrogated you for 24 hours, Carlton? We were
After-
like given tea.
So,
We
all
sat
right,
in a
when
little
we
room
got
for a
out of-
while.
When we got out of the sewer, I went straight to the captain of the guard. I told him what had happened. He told Dawn Lux. I sent soldiers down to go retrieve the bodies, make sure there weren't any more of those creatures down there. And then
Oh.
2 guards came up and said that Dawn Lux wanted to see me. They took me to this room. They locked me in it. It was dark. And I was there for hours, and then finally they came in, started asking me all these questions, and it was a full-on interrogation. I mean, they weren't like mean or torturing me or anything, but well, I told them everything. I hope you guys didn't have anything to hide.
No.
Did we have anything to hide?
We all look around. Do we?
Apparently somebody accused you guys of murdering that woman that was down there in that cage.
Oh yeah.
I guess she's somebody highfalutin important around here.
Carlton, you were in the courtroom at one point. Don't you remember?
We called you in.
I was in the trial with you guys, but it was all the same stuff that they basically rehearsed with me while I was being interrogated, so I just gave all the same answers. I didn't have anything to hide, but you guys got off. I didn't get to see the final verdict.
Oh, yeah, we're fine. They gave us a house. Look.
Well, they just sent me back to duty yesterday, and I was waiting for the first chance I could to find you guys, and I heard that somebody new moved into the mansion here, and so I decided to check it out. Sure enough, you guys are living here now?
Yep, that's us. Would you care for some water?
I don't want to drink anything else. I don't think
you need to stop drinking things from strangers.
Yeah, I'm gonna prepare my own drinks from now on.
This has been a learning experience.
Well, listen, you guys are okay, but I got to get back to my shift. It's starting pretty soon.
Lindell is like really suspicious. Like, this is kind of weird.
Yeah, like, why is he...
She wants to, like, duck around the corner, cast guidance on herself, and then take, like, a really good look at Carlton. Like, is he some kind of illusion, and or is he bullshitting? Like, is he charmed? Is he lying? Like, is there anything off about him?
Yeah, go ahead and roll an insight check.
He's going to stride up to him and just shove, like, a sweet roll in his mouth and just be like...
No, is he pulls it out very carefully, not to bite any off of it. I'll save this for later, and he puts it in his little side pouch. Thank you. You're a good fighter, by the way. Probably saved my life down there, all of you. How'd you do on your insight check, Lindell?
It's still loading.
Is guidance for saving throws, or is it for skill checks?
Ability
checks. Okay, not saving throws. Got it. Okay.
No. Insight total of 20.
He seems a little off. Your intuition isn't wrong, but he is who he says he is. I mean, it's the same person. It doesn't seem like he's under duress or any kind of charm spell or anything like that, as far as you can tell. He's just acting a little funny. Maybe it's because he was, locked away in a dark room and being interrogated for 24 hours. Maybe it's because he doesn't really understand what happened after the whirlwind of the trial and then being released back to work with absolutely no briefing. But he seems genuine.
I'm going to grab his arm and ask,
what are you doing?
Carlton, just the woman that we got accused of killing, is she famous around here?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I figure she's somebody important.
Has it been announced? Yes, but has it been announced that she's dead? Does everyone around you know she's dead when you get back to work? Anybody talking about it?
Listen, I'm just a post guard outside the stupid water treatment plant. I don't get told much. But, I mean, from what I know, she seems like somebody somewhat important. And I know you guys got accused of killing her. It wasn't you, right? No,
it wasn't.
Of course not.
No.
Was it you?
No, you remember there was a genie, right?
Yeah, that whole thing. Yeah, they wouldn't believe me about any of that shit, so I didn't tell them a damn thing about that. I just left that part in.
Cool. Hey, Carlton.
And this whole... Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead. I have something else.
Can I ask you guys a question though? It's gonna sound really weird, but God, if anybody believes me, it'd be you guys. Do you still hear his voice?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, like just now, right? Like,
Was that laugh?
Wait,
Was that
just now?
Jeannie?
Like just now?
It was like a cackle
Yeah.
hackle. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. We're gonna go get him. So I've got another question about your whole getup. Is this what all the guards wear? So say if you were to accompany us to the service, like to the top, like we'd be like going with a guard and people would respect you and we could say that the city had sent us. Is this whole getup standard?
I mean, around here it just shows that you only make a gold a day, which is not much for the people from this half a silver and up. But
the question is,
I mean,
how much authority do you have?
Yeah, how much authority do you have, Carlton?
outside of my guard captain, not much. But I mean, I look the same as all the other guards.
Xavier is going to start like walking around him in circles and eyeballing him, kind of like sizing up things, and he's going to start like making a silent illusion that looks like his armor or that looks like his outfit, just like practicing trying to recreate the outfit and the look.
All right, yeah, easy enough. You can copy his outfit, but he does kind of eyeball you strangely as you start to don the same kind of image.
Yeah, Xavier's going to say, hold still, Carlton. Hold still. Don't move.
What are you doing?
Carlton,
don't move.
I'll give you 2 gold for your clothes.
Okay, I see what you guys are doing. Listen, I don't want any part of this. I could lose my job. Listen, I gotta stay here.
Wait. I have a proposal. Linda straighten up all 3 feet 2 inches of her height, shoulders back. She assumes her like most early hand. She does behind her back, and she does that like pensive stride as she walks toward Carlton, and she says, "Carlton, how much?"
No, we didn't get that.
We didn't get it. How much?
Carl, how much do you make per day working as a guard?
1 gold.
Now,
you should get a better job.
How would you like to make 1 platinum piece per day?
Not even the palace guards make that much.
Right. Wouldn't that be very convenient? Wouldn't that be an interesting offer? Would you consider changing employer?
Listen, I can't.
What?
See, the thing you don't understand is when you're a guard for life.
Yeah, you've sworn an oath.
Take care of you. I've known you guys. We've been through a lot, but I don't know if I trust you as stable employment. I mean, this house is pretty impressive, but I got a job to do. It's not too hard. I just sit against a wall all day. If you guys are fighting genies all the time, I don't think I'm the right guy for that job. What are you asking me to do?
Give us your clothes. We would like you to stay in this mansion. Lindell?
I can't give you my clothes.
What are we going to
take
give
a
him in
2-day
return if we
vacation?
take his clothes? We can't stay here naked, and none of our clothes are going to
No, he
fit
can
him.
hang out here. We have a beautiful mansion with no bathrooms. You can hang out in the lab. You can hang out with Seb.
Yeah, that's weird. Why don't you have any bathrooms in here?
We have a library. You can read, and then we will take your clothes and we'll put them on Soft Keen because she is very strong and gruff, and then she will be our guard.
Triton guard.
No.
You think that people are going to listen to a Triton guard?
That too. And I'm also quite small.
Mr. Carlton Clarence,
no offense, but
my proposal to you
I don't want to wear his clothes.
Mr. Carlton Clarence, my proposal to you is the following. If you were to, instead of working for your current employer, to come work for us, I would pay you a minimum of 1 platinum piece per day, plus benefits around midwinter, to come and work for us as our guard. What do you say?
What do you want me to guard?
Well, you know, our house, our livelihood, you know, us.
Us.
Yeah.
Don't we guard ourselves pretty well? No.
Make a persuasion check.
But when we're not here.
You do something. We're not as punchy as you, Sofkeen.
That's
the other thing. If we're not here, he can handle the day-to-day activities of.
That's the thing, guys. Like, if he could be like our house guard kind of thing, then he can handle all the day-to-day stuff. He can run messages for us. He could talk to people for us. He could let us borrow his clothes. We can exchange stories at 4 a.m. beside the campfire, drinking hot chocolate. Like,
he can make sure that Seb doesn't murder everybody.
That'd be good too.
Yeah, right? Like, having someone on our side, like...
All right. Go ahead and make your persuasion roll.
Does anyone want to, like, help me with this? Lindell's not the most persuasive.
Yeah. Am I persuasive?
Xavier can
Sorry, I'm doing my hair because we said we were going to be nobles, so I'm just in the back, like, pinning up my hair.
Getting ready for the day.
Yeah, I'm busy.
I've got a +4 to persuasion. Do you want me to? You want me to help? Well, wait. Do you want to roll with advantage, or do you want us both to roll?
Xavier,
who's
his presence?
If you're going to assist, what are you going to say to him to help?
It'll trust him. He'll be our friend.
What I'm going to say?
To help convince him to be the guard. Because so far, Lindell's doing most of the work there.
Carlton, I accidentally drugged you. I accidentally drugged you and got you possessed.
Not a good...
With
that's not a good
genie.
help. That's not help.
Yeah, that's not a...
I'd like to make up for it by letting Lindell give you a platinum a day. For you to live in a mansion.
Did you say a platinum
with all of us?
No offense.
I wish.
This little girl, does she even have money?
She does, actually. Believe it or
Very
not.
recently. Very recently she's obtained.
So I think here's what happens, because so I got my first roll, even without advantage, I got a 22 persuasion. So I think what happens is Lindell takes the backpack that you gave her back, and she reaches in like shoulder deep into one of the pockets and just pulls out like literally like an armload of platinum and gold pieces.
His eyes go wide. He is immediately convinced
of money.
He starts to reach up to unclip his armor and remembers, shit, I gotta go and resign first. Listen, I can't give you my armor right away. They're gonna make me turn it back in, but with that kind of money, I could get you guys all suits of armor, standard issue.
Oh! How much?
A platinum apiece. That'd be plenty. I'd have change.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. Yep.
Don't forget his new armor too.
Oh, so 6?
No, give him an advance. You should give him an advance on his
Okay.
payment.
So Carlton Clarence, here's what I'm going to do. First off, here is 7 gold pieces for a brand new set of armor for all of us, including yourself.
Wait, 7 gold pieces?
7 platinum.
Oh,
7 platinum.
All right.
And here is 10 platinum pieces for a 10-day advance on your next paycheck, in good faith.
All right. Hang on. I need to think about
And
this.
in the understanding that we will work out the more little details later once you've resigned.
Will you promise not to bring any fucking crazy monsters home? Because I cannot deal with... Yeah, what?
Fun fact,
Carlton,
the house is actually rowdy now.
There's currently a portal and a dead body in the basement, though. So you should just don't go down there, okay?
Whoa.
Wait, another dead body? What the hell is wrong with you people?
You know me. I'm a necromancer. We met.
Oh, was this our? Oh, okay. So the body was already dead. You brought it here.
Yeah, we didn't kill the body.
Okay.
It's
God,
got a bone garden.
There is something wrong with y'all, but
Well, I thought we were past this, Carlton.
you're
Lindell
pretty
just
charming.
like shink, just like
Weird
plays
as
with
the earth.
the money on the ground.
Listen, all right. I want some things. I need a room away from all of you people.
We got lots of room.
All right.
You won't get it
I'm
back.
not going to
though,
sleep
so.
here. I got a family, but I need somewhere to. If you guys are
Oh,
fighting
shit.
fucking snake people in your lobby, I'm not going to be.
Oh no, they can't get in the lobby anymore. Lindell protects the lobby. We're fine. We're.
Oh.
But stay out
Wait,
of the
so
basement.
If I'm in here, no snake people can get in?
That's true. You're safe here.
Oh, all right then. Well, shit. Let me go resign. It'll take me like an hour. I gotta return my armor and my weapon. I'll take your money. I'll find you guys suits of armor.
When you say you have a family, I mean you don't have kids, right? Like you.
One, yeah.
Oh no.
What?
Nothing. It's fine.
Listen,
Okay,
don't
kid.
turn me into any undead thing. I don't want to see it.
No, that's not.
Tell you what, while
We're
you're
all kind of
resigning, why
attached
don't
here.
you think of the terms of the agreement that you would like? Mainly
Yes,
that we will
I
not
like
kill
that.
you, that we will not turn you into an undead, yada yada yada.
Yeah.
Think about the
Those are
terms and
basic
come back.
human rights, I'd say, but yeah.
Right, you know. and we will write out a contract. Jen has amazing penmanship.
Oh yeah, no, I can work a quill.
Listen, to make it worth my while to quit this job, I'm gonna need about a year of safety.
Oh, do you want it all right now, or do you want like per week? Or...
I mean, we can work out the details, but
oh, okay.
I can't be looking for employment if all y'all die in the next year.
Oh,
We won't all die. I mean,
I can pay you up front if you want.
You
We
guys
could
do
do
some
that.
dangerous shit, all right? All right, I think we can make this work. All right. I like you guys. This house is pretty cool.
would your
I won't
family
lie, it
be
was kind
moving
of
in here?
fascinating.
Would there be a child
No,
in the house?
No, none of you guys are gonna meet my wife, my kid. None of you. You're not gonna see where I live. This is separate.
I mean, I'm not interested in meeting
It's
them.
just pure work. That's all it is.
Maybe we'll become friends or something. I don't know.
I don't know.
But for the meantime,
Just
come
tell
and
your
watch the
partner
place.
one platinum piece a day and just see what they say. That's all. I'm just putting it out there.
I mean, it's a pretty sweet deal. Can't lie.
It's a pretty sweet deal.
Nothing pays that well in Liberty.
Nope. Someone would have to be crazy to pay that much money.
That's what I'm hoping, but you're not. You're not selling yourself again.
Jen's gonna lean into Sofky and be like, "Does she actually have that much money?"
Wait a minute. Who's this?
Hi.
Huh?
Who
Didn't you meet at the trial?
We
Remember, she was at the
had
trial.
a lovely great
Never
time
met
at the
You're
courthouse.
that chick they arrested for some kind of stealing secrets or something?
Oh,
What
no,
are
no,
you
no,
doing
I've been clear
here?
of that.
No, mistaken identity.
Well, it's kind of similar to you. Without any money, I'm just helping out around the house, it seems. It'd be nice to get paid, though.
So you're another guard? Or a maid or something?
Ooh,
No, Jen's the entertainment.
a maid. Really?
I mean,
Like,
sorry. I know
Place
high
Blair.
elves and all.
I'd like to think that I'm just contributing for the time being until we move on to our next adventure.
You have like stupid powers like the rest of these people?
Oh, well, I mean, like, I'm capable of doing wonderful things. If you're here, I'm sure I can entertain you a little.
My powers are not stupid.
I mean, you're not hard on the eyes, but I'm married.
Carlton, this is an autonomous collective. No hierarchies. We all live in the mansion together. We all fight the demons together. We're all gonna dress up as guards and, break into a mansion together. Go get those guard uniforms!
All right. So you guys just want me to watch the house while you're gone or something? Listen, I'll come back. I'll bring you guys some guard outfits. Just hang tight, all right?
Thank you.
Yeah. He makes his way out. The door shuts.
A maid?
Wow,
Seriously?
really?
Do we need this guy? I mean, come on. Clearly he's not very
Linda,
astute.
what have you done? What?
I would have paid him 10 times as much.
Oh goodness.
You have 360
That was a great idea, Lindell.
platinum?
What's that, Sefkin?
You have
We-
365 pieces of platinum, Lindell?
Well, I mean, I have enough to make it up in gold and platinum. I don't have quite that many platinum pieces just alone. But I mean, if you wanted them all in platinum pieces, I could go to the moneylender and just change in some gold for platinum. Yeah, easy.
Don't you need...
I'm sure within the next year, Lindell will steal more platinum. It's fine.
The Spiralian calendar only has 360 days canonly.
Oh! Well, it's a discount! Oh, look at that!
You're saving coin all over the place.
We could. Do you know how much
Carlton?
360 platinum could get us?
Nope. Literally, I do not understand the concept of money over about a silver piece. So I'm just kind of running with it. I know
maybe
that
someone
a
else should
platinum
manage
piece
your
is
funds.
valuable because you did not want to let me give it to the waiter at the restaurant. So I know one platinum piece is valuable. So that's why I offered that. I'm just glad it worked.
It's just,
I mean-
Lindell, you seems to be good with money. Maybe you want to have her in charge of... Just to help you learn how to organize your funds,
Well, but that's what I did when she went shopping for me.
I have a
Well-
gift for you.
I think
We have.
I think
Seth.
the
Why do we need Carlton as well?
Because
I think
he's
the
fun.
important here.
Frankie.
Seb has slicey arms.
Okay, but
can't-
also Seth Keen, I feel a little bit bad because literally he was just a god and we gave him some magical beer and forced him into a hallucinatory dream wherein he got tortured multiple times over because we forced a god on duty to drink some beer. And I think, frankly, the least we can do is give him a nicer job.
Into further craziness.
Plus, then he can answer our mail for us. So
That's pretty sweet.
whatever.
Yeah,
We
The
didn't
important
force
thing-
him. You did.
That's
Are
true.
we
It's all
going
Yu's
to-
fault. She should pay. That's true. She should pay.
I'm gonna feel bad about that for at least another week. So I'm really glad we're doing something for Carlton now.
Xavier, I couldn't hear you through all that.
No, you want to give
Yeah.
some sort of financial benefit? Let someone else suggest the amount. Okay?
Oh, I'm sorry.
We-
Was that too much? Oh,
If we
did I mess up?
No, you're
Did
just
I
it's,
make it-
it's very generous. Very, very generous.
Oh, did
If
you
Hang on,
want a
Xavier.
platinum piece per day?
If we are going to
What?
take him under our wing and make him, I suppose a house guard / butler, he's going to need a new uniform. We should design a short expectations guard uniform.
Like a short shirt, maybe half a top? Is it shorter?
Oh my gosh, the shrillness.
Well,
I mean,
well,
Self-King,
you
Sounds like
come
Seb
in
is
here-
squeaky again.
I'll get the oil.
I mean, we just promised that man 360 platinum to sell his morals. You realize if he brings us 7 guard uniforms, he's committing treason.
No, we purchased them. He said he could buy them.
You can't just buy a city guard uniform.
Why
Well,
not?
I mean, maybe from his commissary.
Apparently,
right?
Because then anybody would just dress up and become a guard.
Maybe they hadn't thought of that yet. It is a fairly...
He hadn't thought about it.
Maybe
he was
we're just
blinded by
super
that.
smart.
Bag of platinum. Okay, we just
How
need to
would you
protect him. If
tell-
anybody
He was
asks, if we get
Blinded by
caught,
10 times his pay, for sure.
yeah, if we get caught, we can't let anyone know that our poor dear Carlton Clarence assisted us.
Oh, that's fair.
We should
I
also make
agree.
it a will that if they kill us up there, he inherits the mansion. Seems fair.
Aww.
We'll make him our beneficiary.
Well, because otherwise Seb would kill him.
I'm sorry.
Oh yeah.
Is no one else
You
concerned
have to
that
make him
he's...
a short expectations member. I don't have
Yes.
money to make him a brooch, though. So
That's okay.
But
Well, we could give him like a pair of trousers and just a bow tie, and that's all he wears.
Ooh, a bow tie and nothing else.
no, that's very creepy, and I wouldn't enjoy that. No, please, no.
Maybe that's his terms. I want a uniform. It's a bow tie.
Lindell just wants some eye candy.
God.
And when I'm in my room, I don't have to wear the bow tie.
Really?
He's a married man, Lindell.
I know, I'm just kidding. It's funny.
Okay, well, Jen, what was your concern?
is no one-
An actual concern?
Is no one else concerned that he seemed to have also just heard that odd laughter that echoed through our house and in our heads? I mean, there's clearly some residual genie about all of you, which is now latched onto me as well, and with him too.
Yeah.
Should be.
Yeah. I mean, that's what today is all about. We're going to get up top. We're going to go to the Hoppsmiller. We're going to find the hookah. And then we're going to bring Foreteller here. And then we're going to have a genie, too. He's great fun.
We don't want Foreteller in our house.
He only killed each of us several times. I don't know, I just feel bad for him.
What? Foreteller was trying to help us that entire time.
Yeah.
Help you to death?
No,
He was
I don't
actually-
think he was trying to help us. I think he was trying to help himself. And I
True,
don't
but
If he crosses us again, I'll feed him to Ordog. Okay?
He's not a demon. You can't feed him to Ordog.
I bet he's still tasty.
He's from a different plane of existence.
Technically an elemental, I believe.
Sure, he'd still eat it.
Well, he might drink him to
David?
be technical, but go on.
True.
Glug, glug, glug,
He
glug.
gives the hookah back to Prunus. We don't keep it.
Shit.
I'm not keeping Foreteller.
David, I'm gonna go upstairs and go to Frankie real quick, and I'm gonna create an illusion of Carlton Clarence and just say to Frankie,
Oh.
"This man is allowed in our home. Do not murder him if he comes in while we're gone."
Murders small man.
Right. Good job. I'm gonna give him a hug.
Oh, murder.
He kind of squishes and pusses a little out of the stitches when you squeeze him.
Man, I gotta fix that.
He doesn't smell quite as putrid today.
Huh. Good.
Xavier, can you come with me to Seb so we can do the same thing with Seb, please? That would be really unfortunate if Seb murdered him.
I'll go to Seb and I'll create an illusion of Carlton Clarence, and you can give it the order to.
Seb
not kill
is
him.
still kind of levitating in this solid band of electrical charge that's like a Tesla coil between the floor and ceiling. But his eyes do seem to open and recognize you when you cast the illusion. When you are done casting the illusion, his eyes close again.
Okay.
Don't
take
murder
that.
him. He's friend. He is God. You guys will be brothers, and you will share duties, and you will learn to love each other.
The eyes open again in acknowledgement and then shut.
Mhm.
Waiting for him to come back. He was going to write a "Do not enter the basement if you want to live. Love you." Basement door. So he's roaming the mansion. He doesn't go down that door because he's going to snoop. Of course, you're going to snoop around in a mansion.
Stuff Keen will make like a small little like spread of food and just write, "You can do this. It's safe." Stuff
Well,
Keen.
aren't we waiting for him to come back and bring us the uniform? So we'll see him when he comes back, right?
You need the uniform.
How do you go back to the start?
Suggestion.
After you guys
And then
do all of your
stop
little
making
errands
little
and
pieces for
chores,
everyone as well.
we'll say it's about maybe 12:30, and there's another knock at the door.
Okay.
Is that Carlton?
I'm by the door, so I'll go answer it. I just finished my hair. It's in Facebook if you want to see what my hair looks like.
I'll check it out.
Oh, let's see.
Hello.
Oh, I don't have Messenger.
Can I help you?
Hi. what was your name? I never really got it.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
Oh, Carlton. Carlton
Oh,
Clarence.
you were the guy who was just here. Sorry, Genevieve Berendier.
Yeah.
Pleasure.
I never really met you. I just saw you at that inquiry.
Yeah, no, yeah. We'll get to know each other soon. What do you think? Does this look nice?
Yeah. Sorry I called you a maid earlier. I didn't mean to offend.
Well, someday I'll forgive you for that. But did you need something?
Well, here, I've got this. And he steps aside, and behind him is a small wagon. And the wagon is just piled full of metal and cloth. It looks like several uniforms of armor.
Jen's gonna immediately
and here's the change. He hands you a little leather pouch with the remainder in it. So mark off. How much did you give him? 7 platinum?
I gave him 17 total. 7 for the uniforms and 10 as a 10-day advance.
Gotcha. Okay, so he pocketed the 10. From the 7, he gives you 15 gold pieces change in a little pouch.
Ooh, 15 gold. And Jen's just going to slide that in her pocket for now because she's there by herself.
You can see he's in civilian clothes now. He's in civilian clothes now, and he's doffed his armor. But he does bring the wagon up to the doorway and wheels it inside kind of shakily. It looks like it's really heavy. It's 7 full suits of what look like very similar but maybe decommissioned guard armor.
Oh, so should I polish this or something? Like shine it up?
I mean, yeah, they're kind of used. If you can, do you know how to polish armor?
Well, I mean, I know how to wash things.
Well, you don't want to like put water on. Listen, I can. Do you want me to do it?
Oh, yeah, you know how to do this, don't you? And you're getting paid. Yeah, go ahead. I'm gonna go get the others.
Do it on my own. It is a little rough looking. Oh, okay. You're not gonna help. Okay, thanks.
Thanks, though. No, thanks. I'll be back. And she's gonna run off to try to find.
Just kind of like he wheels backwards up the stairs very shakily. The wagon full of armor and drops it at the top of the stairs. Kind of looking around at this big empty mansion as you leave him in the lobby.
Jen, who is at the door?
Oh, can you come down? Our armor's here, and we got change.
Woo!
Safkin will come out like holding like
I'll head
little
downstairs.
pouches of food that she's made, and see the armor and put the pouches on the floor and go over and help him.
I'll give the gold
off.
back to Lindell as well. Lindell, you got your gold back.
Okay.
So it's actual proper like metal armor, or is it like leathers?
Yeah, it's just normal armor, just steel
like
armor.
Plate or half plate.
Steel though.
It'd be half plate.
Are we going to be allowed to wear it? Just making sure.
Well, like, I was hoping we could go in as part of the wine tour and then throw these on to escape if we needed, to just like walk out of the town.
Mm.
But how do we carry it? I don't have a bag of holding that'll carry plate armor. I don't think.
I could maybe fit 1 or 2 sets in my bag, but I think that'd be pretty close to pushing it.
Yeah.
And
I mean, again, we can wear it and I can disguise us. It's not a problem.
Safkin doesn't understand about magic, but Jennifer says, "Does anyone know the reduce spell?"
Oh no!
Yes, sorry guys. Some of this armor might be a little bit big. You guys are all kind of shorter, except for you. All of you guys are kind of shorter, but maybe some of these might fit. You, littlest one, I don't know. Give it a shot. You might be swimming in these, though.
Why don't we just carry 2 of them with us? And then, I mean, 2 of us could don the armor. Some of us could use magic. Or we could be prisoners. Hey, the guards
That's
took
true.
these guys. Come back,
Right.
I mean, not all
2
of
of us
have
as
to be guards.
guards.
And if that woman was
Right,
murdered, Mildred, then nobles coming to visit her might want protection. We would have called the authorities for proper protection of her
They
visit.
probably have their own guard, right?
Mhm.
If they're rich.
Haven't you had a guard
So we
before?
should take the 2. We should take the 2 shiniest pieces that would fit short people. The 2 shiniest sets.
Here, he digs through and finds the ones with the least like scars and nicks and cuts, and the ones that are decently constructed. You've managed to find a couple suits that are pretty
Okay,
good.
and then holding them up, who would they fit in our party?
The best, probably Genevieve could fit into any of them. Let's see. Xavier might be able to grow a little bit to fit into him. Lindell, no. But
No.
probably you and Safkeen would be the best medium-sized fits.
I don't think this goes with my
Okay.
hair, to be honest. But Softkeen, you're pretty
Yeah,
strong.
I think soft keen.
I
So
don't know,
if we needed to
It
bail.
would look good in armor.
Oh. Well, that makes me wonder if I should wear it.
I mean, that's just my personal opinion.
Huh.
Well,
I'll
wait,
try.
I have a this is actual armor. Does it hinder you because you're a monk? Right? Does it hinder me because I'm a wizard? Like, do we have to have
Yeah, you guys cannot wear half plate. I don't think.
So I think the rule
You lose
is if you're not
abilities.
proficient, you can put it on.
Yeah,
But if you're wearing armor
Huh.
that you're not proficient in, you have disadvantage on all like
Disadvantage.
ability checks,
exactly.
spells,
Right.
like everything is disadvantage.
So
Basically.
there's a lot of
We
spells
should-
that you can't cast if
down
you're
if you
wearing
wear armor.
half
Use it
plate.
as an emergency.
So we should we should only wear it if we needed to escape as guards. Like if we needed to act like we're arrested and have two people walk us out of a place.
Listen, it might be kind of important, but this armor, it's decommissioned. So if a normal person sees you, they might not know the difference. But if another guard sees you, they're going to know.
I'm just
putting
picking
that
at
out
Softkeen, by the way, at the meantime. Just kind of keep going around her, touching her head, just FYI.
Well, maybe we can just ask if Lindell can fit a couple sets, and then we'll rip them out if we need them.
I can also as far as getting out of places, I can go invisible. I can do that, and I can
Yeah, I can go
cast
invisible for
illusion
1
magic on
minute.
myself, and I can do all sorts of like fancy escapey type things. I can also like dimension door. So I mean, if there isn't a piece of
Mhm.
armor that fits me, that's okay. I can make do otherwise.
I think I can get
I
3
can-
of us, yeah. Okay.
I have disguise self and greater invisibility, so I mean we can try to get out of places. We're just thinking of escape plans.
So what are you guys planning to do with this?
Well, first
I
I'm
think
gonna.
it's better. No. I think it's better if he doesn't know. Carlton, if we die today, would you like this mansion?
Listen, I'm gonna need my year up front. You guys are.
A year? Oh, come on,
I
Carlton.
don't
You know
want a
us.
mansion. What am I gonna do with this place? Who knows what you
Okay.
guys are? Didn't you say you have a dead body in here?
In the basement.
No, there's one
I
upstairs.
don't- I'd rather kind of be under the table on this whole arrangement, if you know what I mean.
I worked with under the table is great for us. I mean
Like,
that's
I'll come and I'll go, but I don't want people to know that I'm doing this. Just in
he's
case.
ashamed of us?
I'm just saying, I don't really know you guys. I kind of do, but not really. Listen, the money's good. While the partnership works out, we'll keep it up. But that's the best I can offer.
That's fine and fair, I think.
Tell you what, why don't we go at the moment, since we don't have a formal contract, we'll just go 10 day by 10 day, right? And next time we're just in the house. We have something we have to do today, but next time we're in the house, we can sit down and we can make out a formal contract.
I mean, you did just give me like 3 months' salary.
Basically, I
Alright.
did, didn't I?
I think I can float for 3 months.
Oh, we'll be back before then, or at
Yeah.
least one of us.
Yeah, at least
I-
one of
I
us
hope
will be
so.
back.
Yeah.
Because if you guys aren't back and I'm not getting my pay, I'm just saying, I don't know if I'll be sticking around much past earning nothing a day. You know what I'm saying?
Well, if we don't come back, sell Seb. He's got to be worth a ton, at least in scrap.
What's Seb?
Oh.
Wait,
Let's-
is there
let's
something you
give
guys
you-
aren't telling me about the house? What is,
No.
what is
Let's
Seb?
just give him a tour of the house and all of the interworkings of it.
I mean, I've already
There's a-
seen that weird Frankenstein creature you guys got, but what is this?
Oh yeah, he knows Frankie. That's right.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
What else? What else is in here?
We'll just quickly show him everything, right? We show him Seb. We should show him the inside of the labs. Just tell him not to touch
Yep.
anything. Show him the
Don't
nice
stick your hand in the
buffet that
furnace.
Sopine laid out. Yeah, just
After you guys give him a full formal tour of the house, you guys make your way back to the lobby, and he's just eyes wide, like in shell shock. He hasn't said a word.
Stay out of my room, as there may be some explosives in there.
Maybe. I don't know.
He just kind of puts his hand over his face. What the hell am I doing? This is crazy.
I have a DM question.
Yeah.
So I have a breastplate in my inventory that I had like when I first made Lindell, and then I switched to studded leather armor.
Yeah.
Would it be possible for in that hour that we're waiting for him to come back, that I run with my breastplate over to like Xavier and Safkeen and ask their help with? I want to make like a little embossment on the breastplate, maybe even just like with my copper wire that says either just SE or maybe short expectations and a little symbol of the Spriggan.
Don't you have a spell like stone shape or something like that lets
I
you
do.
manipulate minerals? I will say for the purpose of this, you could use that spell to do it yourself.
Oh, like just make a stone breastplate for him.
You can just magically shape the breastplate to any shape you want.
Oh.
Safkeen will, however, write S and E so that Lindell can copy it. Otherwise, she'll just do some sort of scribble.
Okay, sure.
So she can at least copy it correctly.
Oh, I used up all my 4th level spell slots already.
You
I made my
you
room
wouldn't
a
be
little
able to
bit
do
bigger.
it today then. It would take several hours to do it at the forge. But
I just want to take like my pliers and just bend the copper wire into like an SE and a little symbol of the Spriggan, like I have a bunch of them ready. And I just basically want help, like just basically, what's the word? Not fusing, but like attaching SE and the symbol of Spriggan to the breastplate.
Yeah. Could I do this?
Welding, maybe?
Wait, I have an idea. Magical tinkering. I forgot. I can do that now.
Yeah.
I can create static visual effects, including words, but a static visual effect. I just use tinkering
That'd be
to
perfect.
Short expectations.
You could. You would have to renew it, I think, every day or after every long rest. You have to renew those or lose them. But I would allow it. And I think you can have a multiple active at the same time, dependent on your level and your intelligence score. Trying to remember how that works.
Number of objects you can affect with this feature at one time.
Right, and you can't do more than 3, and if you do more than 3, it drops them all.
Well, I could do it temporarily until he's got the time to actually.
Sure.
Does it say how long until it expires?
I think you just renew it after every long rest.
I think you can keep it up until I try to do another one.
Right, until you need it for something else.
Create anything I want, and then if I want to do one more, then it drops the last one.
It says in Magical Tinkering, at one point it says the chosen property lasts indefinitely.
Oh wow!
Yeah, as long as I don't do another one.
Right.
So that's the thing.
He can only affect so many things up to a certain number, and if he goes over that number, they all end.
No, just the last
one.
And as an action, you can end the property. Yeah, and you can make one more and then end it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says if you exceed your maximum, the oldest property immediately ends, and then the new property applies. So.
Okay, so I'll allow it. You can use your magical tinkering to emboss the Short Expectations logo into the breastplate.
I haven't really. So he pulls out little tools and starts using gemstones and things to refract light, and you see illusory images, and then it kind of turns static and takes shape and solidifies.
And there you go. You've got your Short Expectations armor. Carlton looks over kind of impressed. Now that's the coolest thing I've seen in this mansion so far.
Yeah! Welcome as a member of the Short Expectations.
That one actually fits you pretty well too.
Wait, isn't it for Carlton?
It's for
Carlton
Carlton.
Oh,
It's
it
for
is for
Carlton.
Carlton.
Yeah.
Oh,
Carlton.
well,
What
his
about the
mood
version
completely
on it then?
changes. He's like, "That's awesome, thank you." Hey,
Oh.
listen, do any of you guys know how to put on armor? Doesn't look like it.
Nah.
All right, here,
Yeah.
watch. Come here, little one. Come here, and he shows you guys how to don and doff armor.
Does that make us proficient?
It does not, but it takes two. You cannot put on this armor by yourself. It takes two.
Oh. But now we know how to
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's head
Cool.
up top.
Let's go.
All right, I guess I'll
Yeah.
just stay here and
Answer
watch
the door.
place.
Here's what you should do while we're gone. Number one, Seb
Got it.
won't be active for another 15 hours, so you're in charge. Number
Wonderful.
two, don't take any guff from Frankie. He can't have any more snacks today. Number three,
And
Oh, I'm not supposed to
there-
go in there
there may be
anyway, right?
people- There may be people coming to work on my bed to remove the bed and keep working on the stone structure I'm having installed.
lovely.
Yeah, looked
Make
like
sure
there
they
was something
don't
going
touch
on in
anything explosive. And number four, answer the door politely but firmly and tell them the masters are not at home and they can come back later.
All right.
Should we tell them anything else? I don't know. I've never had a hireling before.
So, how does this whole snake barrier thing work? Like, if I answer the door and there's a snake there, can they just like walk in, or like, can they pull me out?
Well, the barriers, it extends outside the door a little bit. So if they're at the door, they're not a real snake person.
Good point.
All right. That makes
But if
it
you
easier.
do see a snake person at the door and they're like, bah, I want to kill, short expectations, then stabby stab or run away.
Or just close the
Right.
door.
Or
Hey,
go get
I got
Frankie.
I got kind of a weird question. Do you guys have any chairs? I think I saw one upstairs where the robot thing was.
There's a kitchen
Yeah.
chair in the kitchen.
In the
I sat in it.
kitchen, you can sit at the table.
Awesome. Yeah, I don't like standing all day. I'm sick of that.
There's some food in the kitchen I left out for you.
Are you gonna stay
so-
awake
Does
if you're
anyone
sitting?
have-
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I am kind of hungry. Can I eat while I'm on duty?
Sure.
Yeah. You're a
And you
person.
guys obviously don't care if I drink while I'm on duty.
Yeah.
Oh, you do
I
care
would
now?
say drinking would be an issue. I wasn't with them when you were.
All right, I'll tell you what.
You, sir.
I'm down here.
Point to you.
I'm down here. I'll keep myself busy while I'm down here. But if that weird giant monster thing, if that robot, if any of that weird shit comes down here, all bets are off. I'm gonna drink.
Oh. Well, you should probably run before you drink if Seb comes down. I mean,
Why?
no. Oh, yeah, he knows you now. He knows it's fine.
No, he
you don't need
knows
to run.
you.
You're
It's fine. It's
Wait,
fine. It's fine.
what
It's
happens if he
fine.
doesn't know me?
Fine. No,
What-
it's
what happens?
fine. It's
What's gonna happen if he
fine.
doesn't know
It's
me?
fine.
He knows you. Don't bring your kid here, okay? I think
Never bringing
you
my
know,
kid here.
Raising
I
the
don't-
contract.
I barely want to be here, but it's beats standing outside that rusty old bucket.
Does anyone have any
Eat,
extra like
read a
magical
book.
weapons or shields or anything they're not using that we could let him borrow to guard us?
Yeah, I don't seem to have a sword or a shield anymore.
I have an extra
I
dagger,
have
but that won't
so
do
many.
much.
I mean,
I'll give
I can
him-
use a dagger.
I'll give him a crossbow. I have 3 crossbows.
Oh,
I don't know why
crossbow
you
would
has
be
all
I
that.
always
perfect.
wanted to try one of those. I was trained with a
Yeah.
sword, but I'd love to try out a crossbow.
I'll give you a crossbow and 10 bolts because I'm just carrying those
Sweet.
around.
Awesome. So, can I guard from upstairs?
Dude,
That doesn't
practice it.
make any
You know, you can.
sense.
What doesn't make
Maybe
sense?
you
guard
should
from
go into the
upstairs?
yard and practice while we're gone.
Yeah, you go. You
Yeah,
stay
you
on
can
the
practice
floor.
the crossbow.
All right.
You can go
David.
upstairs and try shooting Jimothy and Timothy from the window.
All right. Yeah.
I'm gonna give him my old short sword, the one that I had for like the first few minutes of the game.
Oh, dang, you have a short sword. That's great. But can I still keep the crossbow?
Oh yeah, that's
I
Yeah.
would have had a short
Sweet.
sword too to lend you if someone hadn't left it another way. Or never mind.
Ooh.
Sofkeen. Sofkeen, I thought we've been over this. I gave you a pot. I'll get it back eventually, probably, without dying.
You guys say the weirdest things to each other. Listen, can you get out of here so I can start doing my job?
Yes.
Before we go,
You
here's the last thing. We are a magical adventuring company type of thing. So sometimes we get into magical troubles, and you don't know any magic, do you?
No. But I saw
So
you
I'm
guys'
gonna-
flyers. You got more than flyers?
So I'm gonna
Yes.
give. I'm gonna.
for you.
So
I have
while
lots
you're,
of flyers.
I want you to practice with that crossbow, and I want you to get really good with that crossbow. But in the meantime, this is very dangerous and it's very important. I'm gonna give him my wand of magic missiles.
Oh, I don't
To
know if
hold
I
on
want
to.
that. What is that?
Can he use it? I don't think he can use it, can he?
Anyone can use it. It's like you don't have to be proficient in it or anything like that.
Why don't we put that in a kitchen drawer where I know where it is or something? I'll just use it in an
Exactly.
in an
Like it's
emergency.
loaded.
Fuck with it,
It's
Sofkeen.
loaded. The safety is off. Just be careful with it. But I want you to get to know. I want you to get to know how it works, and that way, then, if you need to use it, you know where it is.
I got it. All right, those bookshelves that are in the front room. Let's hide it in there. I'll use it for a rainy day.
Okay.
Just show me where you're gonna put it.
Run upstairs to her room to get something, which she's not going to divulge to anyone else, and then she'll come down, and then she's going to pick up the bags, the pouches that she had, and she's going to give a pouch to each of you. And be like,
And you all notice she has a beehive now suddenly. God knows how that happened.
yeah.
Beautiful.
That's some tall hair.
What is this?
What's this?
Picnic.
I'm gonna open the
Looking
pouch
fancy.
and look at.
I like it. Very noble.
Oh, Safkeen's made everyone a little picnic.
Oh,
Lovely. That'd be great in the vineyard.
Okay, you has on her most embroidered everything. Everything's embroidered.
Jen's stripping down to put on armor, but keeping her hair as is.
Oh,
It's fashionable. God, Safkeen will probably uncomfortably borrow like an outfit from Genevieve, but like keep it in her bag.
All right, so who is putting on armor? Jen?
so
Are we
Jin's gonna
putting
go
the
in
armor
as
on
our
now?
guard.
Not Xavier.
There's more armor.
I'm pretty much
Yeah.
useless if I put on the armor.
Does the
literally
armor
will-
hinder you in any way, Jen?
I don't know. Maybe. I guess we'll find out.
Can bards wear armor?
I think bards can.
Armor.
Light
Okay.
armor only.
Light
Yeah,
armor.
so this would be a heavy armor.
Oh,
Dang.
that's heavy.
Well, then don't put it on yet. Don't put
No,
it
it
on yet.
doesn't
We'll
feel
just keep
good.
some.
We were saving-
Yeah,
Pick it
I
up.
thought we were saving them for if we got into trouble.
this will just
Like,
be
we
an
weren't
escape
going-
I
plan.
don't
Just
like
an
it. I
escape
don't
plan.
like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's very heavy.
Let's go up. We'll go up as nobles,
Mm.
and we might have to run away as prisoners.
Yes.
Keeping our
All
options
right,
open.
so you guys all kind of put on your fancy dress, looking your best. Xavier still just kind of looks like Xavier, but
Lindell,
maybe a
like,
little bit.
brushes off the dirt a bit.
Yeah, you guys are all clean, prestidigitated, whatever, and make your way out into Silver District and up to Scales Square. Once you get to Scales Square, you can see that there are kind of these meandering spoke wheels of streets that lead off to the west, and you begin to make your way toward the western gate of the city. As you do, you notice there are some wagon for hire booths that are set up where you can get transportation outside of the city, and you see one that is labeled Hoppsmiller Wine Tours.
Oh.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's
Well,
go
yes,
over there.
yes. Let's book it.
Okay.
Yep.
Yep, there's an old man that's kind of chewing a piece of hay, just leaning up against some crates. His feet are up. There's a couple of horses that are just tied off, kind of lazily, just hanging out there next to a kind of a rickety old wagon. It's not like it's charming, like an old jalopy. And he noticed you guys walk up and tips his hat up a little bit and looks down. Can I help you?
We would like to procure your services to take us to the Hoppsmiller estate.
I heard the tours are just fantastic.
Yes. We want to
didn't hear
drink a
wrong.
lot.
How many we got?
Maybe
5?
Xavier's just going to in at that point.
5 people. That's 3 copper apiece, so that'd be 15 copper. We'll take
Okay.
we'll take the road down. It'll take maybe about 2 hours to get to Sneed, and then another maybe 15 minutes up the hill to get to the meadery. Are you looking for a full tour today, or are you just going to the eatery and the tavern?
Oh, the full estate.
No,
Yeah,
does the full tour allow us to enter the estate? We get to see the wonderful buildings.
Well, it would take you up
Office
to the
areas.
castle exterior, but only guests of the Hoppsmillers are allowed inside, and well, because of the circumstances, I'm sure you heard the news, right?
Circumstances.
What news?
News.
Tell us.
The old matriarch of the family, the council member herself, Mildred Hoppsmiller, has passed away. And, not so
sounds
pleasant
just
circumstances.
terribly sad.
So that's terrible. We were coming
Awful.
to see her. Actually, we're friends. You see.
Couldn't have happened to a
Sure, her brother is beside himself.
nicer person.
Is he at
Does
the
her
house
brother
now?
live? Yeah, does he live at the estate? Does he?
Yes. As far as I know, I've only been in the castle myself a couple times.
Oh well, we'd really like to see the castle, so I think it's a
Well,
full tour for us.
I'll take you up to the exterior, but probably won't cross the moat, and we'll just head back to the meadery. Does that sound good?
Fair enough.
All right. So 15 copper for the lot, 3 apiece. Will you be paying
Pay
together?
ourselves.
I'm going to
Uh,
throw him silver to cover all of us.
Oh, that's so nice. I'll take my money back.
Aw.
Oh,
Thank you,
that's it. There
Xavier.
you go.
All right. So 1 silver is 10 copper. So I'll need 5 more copper pieces, please.
Oh dear.
2 silvers.
I'll-
2 silvers.
I throw him 3 silver then. Tell him to keep the change.
Ooh.
This is, sir, I can't accept this. This is double the fare.
Perhaps if you just let us,
You seem like
you know,
a lovely. You seem like a lovely man, and
and maybe you could just take us as close to the castle as you could, so we could get a really nice look at it.
Well, I'll tell you, in the rear there is another entrance. Maybe we
We'd
can.
love to see that.
Maybe we can dip in through the stables, take a look, and then we'll pop out.
We're just castle heads. We just love seeing
let's see,
castles. We like getting close to
if-
castles.
If my old friend Barnabas is working in the stables, he'll let us in.
Oh, we'd love to meet Barnabas.
All right, we'll see if he's in. If he's not, then all bets are off. I keep the fare.
Of course.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh,
We'll give it a shot. Very kind of you. And he pockets the 3 silver pieces. Well, in you go. I'll tie up the horses.
what's your name, good sir?
I don't
What was
have a
his name?
name. Gosh darn it, kid. You asked me the one thing I don't have. I have a list of NPCs, future NPCs. I don't have access to
That's
it right
okay.
now.
That's okay. That's okay. You can tell us next time. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Let me see what I got. Hang on. This will be a fun one. It'll be a Carlton.
Oh my gosh,
clearance,
Brian. Oh my gosh.
Do you think that was subconscious or intentional? That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know. That's funny.
Barnabas.
I never know with
Man.
David if he means it or not.
Let's see here.
What does it look like? What does everyone look like? Like, what is everyone dressed like? What does everyone look like as they step into the wagon?
Ooh. I've got my.
Xavier pretty much looks like Xavier.
My name is Rajuin.
Rajuin.
What is it?
Rajuin.
Rajuin. It's Roddduin.
To close.
Hi, dude.
Let's
You're
see
stinking.
here.
Pleased
smell
to
like
meet you,
butt.
folks. Are you all friends, or you just all happen to come here at the same time?
We are
well,
all friends.
We're friends. We're traveling
We're
together.
all friends.
Well, isn't that nice? Have you been to the Hoppsmillers before?
No,
first
what can
time.
you tell us?
Well, I'll tell you all about it on the trip if you can just hold your horses. Little pun.
Oh no.
I have.
He continues to tie the reins and all of the equipment onto the horses very slowly. He's an old man, so you guys have sit in the carriage, the old creaky carriage, for maybe about 10 or 15 minutes while he continues to tie up all the harnesses and reins.
Beautiful beasts
and
you
eventually,
have here.
Oh, I thank you. Yes, they're both just run-of-the-mill paint horses, bred by the Hoppsmillers, of course, but these two old fellows, they're aged like myself.
Oh, you're saying you're a little stallion in you too, huh?
Oh, thank you, ma'am. I'm pushing 125.
Oh, I got you beat there. Don't worry.
Your age, if I can say so.
Yeah. It is said that the high elves live quite a bit longer than the half elves.
Jen, you're
like
older than
myself.
100. How old are you, Jen?
Oh, you didn't. Well, we haven't really got to know each other much so far, have we? I suppose.
She looks older than she did a few days ago.
Ouch.
Lindell wants to give her a real close looking over.
Didn't you age a bit, and then you got a little bit of it restored?
No, that
was in the
other
Untamed.
game.
Oh, okay, that was the Untamed. I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
That's
This
the
This is
timeline.
beautiful.
friggin' gorgeous, untouched by age here.
Yeah, yeah. You still look like a very young 20-something.
Thank you. I'm looking for my age. I forget how old I am. I think I'm like 145.
How old
I have
is
to go to the bathroom
everyone?
too, Kit.
You, how old are you?
I think I'm 26 canonly or 28. Yeah, I'm a human, so.
And
So
Saxine, how old are you?
As Rajuin gets the carriage ready and you guys begin to kind of back out of the little lot onto the dirt road that leads outside to the west, we'll take a break there, and let's everybody take like 5 minutes and we'll come back.
I have to go get dinner because they're not feeding me on my flight, and it's 12 hours, so I have to go eat.
Okay. No, that's fine.
Keep going. Jen's just like riding along, ready to rock. So ride on.
I'm so glad we got to see you.
Yeah,
in
it's really
transit.
I'll have a home from here on out, so good to go.
Good
and
luck.
I'll post this up so you can watch it too, so you can see what happens.
Yes, please. Ciao, guys.
I'll post my notes when we're done.
Thanks.
Bye.
So Genevieve dives out of the moving carriage, starts booking it back to the city.
Oh my god.
She wants to spend some personal time with Carlton Clarence.
That's
right. Her and Rajuin, she sits up front with Rajuin as you guys take off.
Did you say you need to leave too?
In about 20 minutes max.
Okay.
Have early start tomorrow.
I have a question I have a question for Kit.
Yes.
So if we clipped off one of Xavier's fingers and we put it in a pot with dirt and water near a well-lit window, what would happen? Would we grow is it a clone or is it a whole new Werwood?
I think you have to chant a
Xavier
spell.
has no idea and would be curious to find out.
I was gonna say, Xavier ever used his own bark as like a alchemical base or ingredient?
I think you
I don't
have.
think he.
Oh, you haven't?
Actually, yeah, he might have.
Yeah, I can't recall. Maybe you haven't.
Because he should. Just saying.
Yeah, that's interesting. Maybe you haven't yet.
I need to experiment. This is probably a dangerous line of experimentation.
I mean, it might be enlightening too. You know, you might find out something that you didn't know before.
Yeah.
Well, I still have some of the seeds that I think are for twig jacks, which I was going to plant. I still haven't, because I'm not really sure how that's going to go.
Seeds for what?
Oh, we're for I think the twig jacks, the little ones.
Oh, the twig blights.
In sub 1.
Yeah, twig blights. That's it. Somehow I had a portrait of them. Let me find it.
I thought the twig blight that you got was just like pieces of the twig.
Maybe it was. I kept thinking I had seeds because you said I could plant it and see what happened.
Oh, that's true. Don't you have seeds from the apple that you cored?
Maybe that was it. I got some from the tree.
Right. You got some seeds out of the fruit.
I was afraid that if I planted them and they sprouted and turned into evil creatures, Xavier is afraid that propensity is within him. He came from that tree as well.
Xavier, roll a history check for me real quick.
Okay. 15. What is my history? History 3. So 18.
You collected a lot of stories before you went off to go chase down one of the twig blights. You collected some stories from people that had tried to plant these mysterious seeds, and stories of them sprouting and running off. From everything you know about the legend of them, when you plant them, eventually they just disappear, but you found out that they become sentient beings and run off. And the one that you ran after, that you caught wind of beneath the Temple of the Spriggan, that helped you meet up with the rest of Short Expectations in the beginning when you got captured, that twig blight was drawn to the Galthias tree. That's where it was returning to, was the Twilight Grove. And that's where you encountered like dozens of twig blights when you guys battled Belloc.
Yeah.
Almost as if they had all flocked to this Twilight Grove.
So if the Galthias tree is destroyed now, would they possibly flock to the next nearest source? Would that be me?
I mean, there's always a possibility that it's not the only Galthias tree.
Xavier wakes up and just
if you were made from a different stock.
Okay.
It could be, used, I guess, for that purpose.
Safkini's going to turn to Xavier and be like, just so you know, when we get to the Hoppsmiller estate, you cannot befriend the grapevines and try and take them home with us. They're not your friends. Please don't do that.
I wasn't thinking on it, but I may take some samples.
You can make your own wine and sell it, and then you can be rich.
Well,
Spring
I would
leaf
say
wine.
that, Xavier, now that you know how alchemy is kind of working in your laboratory, anything that is a liquid, like derived from whatever it's derived from, can be used as a solvent.
Ooh. So here's a little off subject, but when we were in Southern Illinois, we went to a brewery called Scratch, and they have their brewery on and they collect whatever happens to be growing on the farm, and they make beer out of it. So you get like cedar beers, and you get elderberry beer, and you get like, they use herbs and stuff to make their beers, and some of them are absolutely terrible, and some of them are the most fantastic things I've ever tasted.
It's very hit or miss, but
yeah.
We went to Scratch and we got a flight. Yeah, we got a flight, and some of it was gross.
There was one with like peach in it, I think. The peach one was kind of gross, but there were some other ones with interesting bases.
Yeah, it was really good. Sorry, off subject, but I'm now maybe Xavier needs to start making herbal beers or making wines or
cordials and stuff.
Yeah, alchemy or what ails you, like everyday remedies.
No pun intended. Ails you.
You healing ales. Healing ales. I'm totally making healing ales.
So cute.
All right, so you guys, you're bouncing up and down pretty good on the kind of rocky dirt road that leads to the western gate. You can smell like the smells of like horse shit, and it's kind of smelly in this area until you get to the large gate. And at this point, the sun is a little bit further than overhead, tilting toward the west. Bright sun shining right down at you through the tall pine trees that are on either side of the road. And the road kind of meanders in through this kind of dense wooded area that's very well groomed. Looks like it's probably been logged at some point and regrown up. So these were all like planted by people. It's safe. There's not a whole lot of garbage on the road or anything like that. But this is the first time you guys have been out of the city for a while, except for maybe Lindell, who flew over the city a few nights ago.
She'll think fondly of her little love interest that she had that day.
Yeah, you kind of like you peek out of the wagon as you guys are heading out of town to see if you can catch a glimpse of him. But roll a perception check.
Trust Lindell.
Huh? Did I? Oh crap! I can't hear
15.
anybody. Did I lose?
15. Yeah, you look around left and right, but you see some other little orphan kids scrambling about. You actually see a kid pickpocketing a rich nobleman that's kind of leaning against a gate and kind of chuckle a little bit, but you don't see this particular boy.
Okay.
Eventually, you make your way through this meandering forest, which for Lindell is an amazing experience because you've only actually seen the outside world outside of Sub 1 and the harbor underground only a couple times, and this is like the second time. It's not as impressive as if you were in flight, but being there with your friends is kind of a new experience for you. So you're just kind of soaking it all in as you guys finally crest over a hill, and the trees begin to get a little bit smaller, and it goes into like pastures and plains. And you're looking down this kind of meandering road that leads way off in the distance to a little bit of an autumn forest at the base of these large mountains. And you can see a tiny little lake down there. It's probably maybe 10 kilometers away. And the little rickety wagon just kind of bounces along on the street as you make your way down over each crest and ridge and hill. Eventually, the trees pick up again, and it looks like there's a nice cluster of rows of evergreen trees along either side of this kind of dirt path. Beyond which you can see there are rolling hills in either direction and a little bitty stream that kind of like a babbling brook that follows the road for a little while on the right side. That begins to pick up a little bit, and then there's a small waterfall into a larger, wider river that meanders off and around a mountain out of the distance to the right. You can see that river eventually meets back up with the little lake that's still pretty far off in the distance. And Rajuan begins to clear his throat. So if you see on the right here, oh sorry, let me speak up. If you see on the right here, this is the stream that leads. It goes around Mount Ducket, and then through the pass and leads down to Lake Sneed. This is where the city of Sneed is set up. These are all of the workers that work their caste system for the Hoppsmillers. And they produce all of the mead and wine and various products that the Hoppsmillers ship out. And this stream here is exactly how they transport it through the lake, through a private dock underneath the castle itself. Sneed manages all of the imports and exports from the Hoppsmiller castle.
Wait. Excuse me.
Yes.
But you said that there's a tunnel that leads from the lake to the castle?
Yes, very good question, young man. If you go across the lake, there's a harbor that is large enough for transport ships to bring the barrels from the Hoppsmiller's private cellar and processing area. They have a vast storage system beneath the castle. And this is where they transport by water and by ship up into the city to be distributed out to the city, the areas below, and finally out for export from Harbor Town West.
So the lake is connected to under the castle.
Yes, that's correct.
Oh.
Any other questions?
Do you know exactly where? Can you draw us a map of the?
Well, if you have one of these brochures, and he pulls out the identical brochure, you can see there's an illustration on the back of the Hoppsmiller estate. Do you have one?
3, actually.
Oh, wonderful! Here you are, miss. And he hands it to Genevieve, who's kind of just soaking it up, like leaning on the back, and just starts opening the pamphlet, looking around.
Mr. Rodrian, I have a question. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, please. I don't get many groups that ask questions, please.
So she'll hike up her backpack in a very like elementary, middle school type fashion. I'd be like, so I'm learning about numbers and money and stuff like that. And I just had a question for you. And she looks around. What does the wagon look like? Like, what quality is the wagon? Is there any decoration on it?
It's just kind of like an open coach. There's a bench seat in front that Rajuan and Genevieve are sitting on, and he's got the reins as he's speaking, kind of leaning back to you. You guys are
covered top
like,
and
not covered top. It's open. So on the sides, there's a little bit of like a kind of a wraparound wall, and there are 2 doors that just kind of swing out on either side, and a very simple bench seat that one faces forward and one faces back. And then it's a little bit taller in the back, like up above your head right here, and it looks like there's 2 more seats that face backwards in the back. And then there's a compartment beneath where they store people's like bags and stuff and anything that they're transporting. It's a rickety old wagon. Yeah.
I was wondering, how much money do you make in a day?
Oh no.
Well, today's not a bad day for business.
This is her pamphlet, and it's just staring at Linda.
That's an interesting question. Not really part of the tour. Why do you ask?
Well, I'm learning about money and economics, and I'm just, we're learning about, different professions and how much money, and I want to grow up big and strong someday, and so I'm not quite sure what I want to do, and maybe I might want to be a cab driver. So I was just wondering how much money about a day you make.
Well, today's not a bad day for business. I've only taken one other tour with a couple of members earlier in the day, but you're all my lot for the day. Other than what you give to me, I just have to spend it on food for the horses. That's pretty much the most expensive part, unless I break an axle or a wheel. That hasn't happened in years.
So you make about 2 silver pieces a day? Is that about how much you make?
2 silver? No, gods, no. Maybe a silver a day at the best.
Oh, because 15 coppers, a silver and a half, right?
Yeah.
This is the biggest group I've taken in quite some time, young woman.
So what would you say if someone offered you 6 silver pieces a day?
I'd say that's a lot of tours. I don't know if these old horses can handle it.
Lindell, eventually they're going to make us start filing taxes in-game. We can't hire everybody we know. We can't hire everyone we meet, please.
What if we had a private driver? What if we had a private short expectation?
I'm already so
and
tired.
we could put the logo on the side, and as we drive around town, we could advertise where it says short expectations. And what if anytime we wanted to go anywhere, you could drive us anywhere right there?
What if we have to split and get on a boat and sail away from this island?
Listen,
and I aren't even.
everyone,
We're from around here.
I can put some rest to this conversation. I'm an old man. I feel very secure in my current occupation. I'm not looking for more work.
Thank you for not letting my young friend hire you.
You're not the first to try and hire old Roger.
I have a question for you, Radwin.
Yes.
Oh, no. You've now got to look at Xavier.
What can you tell us about the sunken city?
Oh, the sunken city. Must have seen it on the brochure. Do you know the history of the sunken city?
I do not. That is why I asked.
It's quite spooky. Do you like a good ghost story?
I love a good ghost story.
Yes.
Ah. Well, beyond the Hoppsmiller castle, the largest ridge off in the distance, there is a dense forest. Beyond the fields, there is a single road that leads to it. It's called the Centaur Forest. Can you guess why?
Is it full of centaurs?
Well, it's not full of centaurs anymore. They have been driven out. Well, in older days, when I was a very young lad, they were hunted.
That's terrible.
Sorry, I'm not from here.
It's
What
a
is a
shame.
centaur?
Oh, centaurs are kind of a cross between a human and a horse. Front half of a human.
Keen's literally going to imagine a person with a horse head and just be like,
The back side is the horse. The front side is the person. Imagine the stomach kind of turning into the belly of the horse.
what?
It
Must make
never
finding
gets any better in the mind. Yeah.
So,
They're very large and they're very formidable. When this
So
was a
was the
wild
sunken
land, they lived in the Centaur Forest.
They're sort of like a hippocampus.
What is a hippocampus?
that's
Oh,
part of the brain.
Keen, how do you know what a hippocampus is?
We use.
Did you read a book?
No, they're part of our society, I guess you could say.
Well, the world
It's
is
like
filled
a-
with wondrous
like a horse.
creatures, is it not?
It's like a horse with a fish tail.
Well, there you go. So the fish tail, take that out. Now put in a person in the front, and you've got a centaur.
With horse legs?
Yes, now you've got it. So beyond the Centaur Forest is the old sunken city. It's modest dwellings, closely compact. You see, hundreds of years ago, when Liberty was first founded, there was no way to the surface. The drop-off of the plateau is so steep and so tall, no one could climb it from the outside. So the ships eventually began to make port in a little alcove between 2 rocky ridges. And there they set up a port city. It's long since abandoned because of the tide that came in. The tide on the west end would flood the city. So they built higher and higher. But the floodwaters continued, until they reached the upper ridge and the first settlers began to go into the centaur forest. Well, history says that the centaurs and the humans did not get along. Those early settlers, they battled the centaurs, pushing them off of their land. But the centaurs were hearty and wild. They fought back hard, driving the humans back over the edge into the sunken city. It has been abandoned. And then the age of energy, and they started building those tunnels, and into the island they went, and eventually poked out the top, and it's been that way ever since. But
wait, so there's
sunken
tunnels
city
from
remains.
the sunken city.
There's what? Sorry?
There's tunnels from the sunken city also to the castle? Sounds like there's a network of tunnels under this island.
Well, this is a mining island, so of course there are tunnels, but many of them are long since abandoned. I'm not aware of the sunken city ever drilling into the side of the plateau. Perhaps that'd be something worth exploring, but be careful. There are still centaurs in those woods, and they are not too kindly to outsiders. Most people don't have any business in the sunken city, so it just remains there. It floods, it rots. Actually, wintertime, around right now, is when the tide recedes enough to get to some of the lower levels, houses that are centuries old. But they're probably slick and covered in brine and full of ghosts. You wouldn't want to go there now, would you? But
Xavier's going to turn to you
story.
and say, I think there's multiple ways into the Hoppsmiller castle.
As far as I know, young lad, there's no way into the castle other than through the top or through the private dock in Lake Sneed.
With our luck, there's a zombie tunnel going right to our basement in our house. We should probably explore those tunnels more. Oh, but our house is 2 stories underground. So this would, like, the tunnels underneath Sunken City would still be like a story above us. DM?
Probably.
We're at water level, right? So we're at water level whether we're inside or we're out on the plateau. Water level is all the same.
You're at sea level at Harbor Town.
But we're just inside a cave.
Water level is very weird in Spiralia, or sea level rather, because it's a giant spiral. So if you think about a giant whirlpool, because of the, I don't know, convection, is that what you call it? Because of the centrifugal force, sea level would slope downward.
Yeah, so it's not like this.
Actually, when you look out at the horizon across the spiral, you're actually seeing a lot further than at sea level. Whereas if you look outside the spiral, up, you're seeing a lot less than you would normally on a flat sea level. So normally you can see about like 15 kilometers, I think, into the horizon, and that's where the horizon line is at sea. But it would only be on the upside, maybe about 8 kilometers to horizon, and on the decline, you would actually see much further, maybe as much as 20 kilometers. So it's a little tricky.
Right.
And also the water level on the east side of Liberty would be higher than on the west side. But because of tide, it would come and go like a seesaw.
You guys can keep going if you want.
That's so cool.
Fortunately, I've got
Yeah, I know. Jenny, you have to go pretty soon too. So we'll just say that eventually you guys crest over the top of the last ridge into a downhill. And when you go into that downhill, you can see the city of Sneed and the lake much better, and the hills in the horizon with the fields of grapes and wheat. You can see the meadery up there with the castle. And as you start to go down into the lower valley, the trees become much taller and denser, especially on the west side of the road. And I would like all of you to make a perception check as you start to get to where those trees are almost obscuring the city and the lake.
Natural 20.
Okay.
she's been paying attention.
And I've got
14.
a 20, dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
And I'll roll for Jen and see what she gets. Oh,
You needs
Jen did
glasses.
really good. Yeah, Jen rolled really high.
Lindell got an 11. I think she's mostly distracted. Just so much new
lots
things
of sensory
everywhere.
input. Just the sun being overhead is just a crazy thing to see. Because last time you flew, I think it was dusk, wasn't it? It was getting late, or was it early
Probably.
morning? So the sun is very bright, very overhead. It's actually making your skin hurt a little bit. Safkeen and Jen and Xavier, all three would notice as you begin to dip underneath the crest of those trees to where the village is obscured. You notice that the hillside, even though it's winter, are still kind of lush and green off in the distance where the Hoppsmiller castle is, but the land on the other side of this tree row on the right, on the west side of the road, the land seems almost scorched and gray, like it's just dead. And the trees are very scraggly and dark. Some of them are missing leaves completely near the village. But on that side of the road, it looks like there's been a tree line intentionally planted there to obscure it. And eventually you dip down onto the road and all you can see is the hills and the meadery and the castle off in the distance as the road curves and winds up. And you know you're making your way towards the village of Sneed, but now it's obscured by this tree row. You go past this path of trees, and after about an hour or so, you're finally starting to bend around the first couple of hills that lead upward toward the meadery and the castle. And Rajwin leans back and he says, "Now hold on, we're gonna go a little bit uphill here. It might slow down a bit. Just hold on tight. No arms or limbs outside of the carriage." And he starts the climb uphill around the corner, around the bend. Eventually, you pass a large iron gate and these stone walls that, again, obscure the village. This on the right is the entrance to the village of Sneed. We don't really have any business there. We'll head up to the meadery where the action's at. And you begin to wind back around the hill to the left, and behind you, you can see that big ominous gate kind of crawling off in the distance behind you. As you begin to go up into treeless hills, into the pastures that lead and meander up the hills.
Sir,
So
just
probably just
curiosity for these, new areas and places I've never been to before. Is it normal for such small? My understanding of a village is a small place, right? Is it normal for most villages in this area to have huge gates locking them up?
No, they use it for protection. Probably from the centaurs that remain in these woods. They don't take kindly to strangers, although the Hoppsmillers have been here for some time. There's still some fear. Understandably.
I see.
I've never seen a centaur ghost. I want to see a centaur ghost.
That is a very strange request. I don't know if we'll see any centaur ghosts on this trip, but I like your enthusiasm.
You is very distracted.
Eventually, you wind up the road around some deciduous trees. You see the first, rows of grape fields, and you go up. There's a split in the road. You go to the left, heading up a steep path to where there's a little collection of huts and houses, and you can start to hear the faint humming of bees. And that's where we'll leave off for next time.
Dun dun dun. Good. So next time we storm the castle.
Well, and I think we need to find different ways into the castle. It sounds like there might be like hidden entrances under the castle, maybe through the docks or through the sunken city.
Yeah, Lindell does not
maybe-
have the spell slots to make a full-out frontal assault today. Because she just
Yeah.
finished. But tomorrow, today, I think Lindell's like intending for like an information gathering type of day.
So maybe we should check out as much as we can, turn around, and then go spend the night in the city, and then make a
and
plan.
Sneed?
And Sneed,
Centaurs
and
are
figure-
medium creatures, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
So I could resurrect 3 centaurs, is what you're saying?
Yes.
Honest
Yes.
skeleton.
Are they
You
considered-
go digging tonight. Go
does
digging.
it say
That would
if
be
they have to be
awesome.
does it
Huh?
say that they have to be humanoid? Because I'm not sure centaurs are humanoid.
Oh,
There's
They
a
might-
thing.
let me
Because
check.
beasts and humanoids have different rules. So I went to the countdown clock because about now it would be, let's see, about 3 hours later. So we're gonna put it at 1400. So it's about
Mm-mm.
2:30 in the afternoon, which would add 1 to 3 hours onto Seb. So it's 1, 2, 3
It says
hours for Seb.
you pierce up to 5 small. 5! I'm up to 5! David, it's more than I thought. I thought I only had 3. Oh, 5 centaurs.
It's pretty formidable.
It just says 5 small or medium corpses. That's all it says.
Yeah, looking at the racial stats, a centaur's size is considered medium.
There you go.
However,
You will not sleep tonight. What? They're what?
their creature type is fey and not humanoid, though.
Oh.
I don't know if that makes
Even
a
if they're
difference.
already a corpse, I just need their bones.
I don't think you've ever tried to animate a non-humanoid creature.
This would be an experiment.
Yeah, I'll say it.
We need the horse bottom to animate Lafayette because we have his top half.
Oh my
So we need
God.
a centaur bottom to put under Lafayette when we resurrect him.
Frankie 2.0.
No.
We'll have a brother.
You is gonna find some centaur bones. Here, we'll like this. We're gonna have fun.
I've got
my
a question.
Oh my gosh.
Who would ride Lafayette Centaur?
I don't know. You know, I have to recast it every 24 hours, or I lose control of him, and he just goes rogue.
Oh man, you don't want a road. You don't know what Lafayette is now. Who
A
knows?
high-level spellcaster
Yeah.
that wears armor. Like,
Right.
he was more powerful than us even before he went into the Feywild. Like,
He's gonna be something else.
With
Hey,
a
but
horse's
seriously,
body.
I really think we have enough money. We should buy a wagon, put the Short Expectation logo on the side, hire a driver, and then we just have them drive us around town. Like, I really think it's an
It'd be
investment.
basic military training to know how to ride a horse and drive a carriage.
Right?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, you mean Carlton Clarence could drive our horse?
You've hired
Well-
a guard, so
exactly.
Ooh,
Carlton
so-
can be in charge of the house. Like, he can be in charge of, like, personal relations, and then we can hire a driver to drive us around town.
Softkeen knows a drunk guy that needs a job.
Ooh.
But I don't know if he can handle horses or
That's true.
parents or anything.
well, you know he was an ex-soldier, so
Yeah, he'd probably be a better guard than Carlton.
Hey,
Aw.
one of them definitely drinks more.
I thought, oh yeah, that's the drunk guy.
And it's
I was just like,
probably
we-
not that
we-
he doesn't drink anymore.
Oh, okay.
That was such a
Enemies on the
deep
straight
cut.
and narrow now.
Oh, you guys aren't okay with me drinking on the job? Oh. Oh.
Carlton, we ruined your life.
Ah.
I don't remember like it being that hard to get him to drink. I feel like
no, it
you
wasn't
just
hard
take-
at all.
Yeah, see, and we hired him. Lindell hired the guy that we know is just like, sure, I'll have some beer on the job.
I mean, he's been through some shit with you guys, so
I feel like he's got enough that like he hasn't told them about the genie because he feels like no one would believe him. So he's got enough shit that like we all have in our pockets that like what am I trying to say? It's like we have dirt on him and he has dirt on us kind of vibe, I think.
Yeah.
So.
Mutual blackmail.
That is the vibe.
Yeah, I think that's what I feel.
Well, I think you both know you could fuck up each other's lives pretty well.
Yeah.
You know.
Already done.
So. All right, so we're gonna leave off. It's,
we
about
leave.
2:30 in the afternoon where you guys leave off.
Okay.
So, you got some time to bum around the meadery before the sun sets. So.
Thank you.
Yeah, it'll be fun. We'll pick up next time at the Hoppsmiller meadery.
For sure. And I just want, is everyone actually okay with hiring Carlton? That was kind of a spur of the moment.
Yeah, I'm okay.
Is everyone actually okay with that?
We need someone who has a complete mind to watch the estate, you know, not a robot.
Right.
Someone is capable of making decisions.
I'm going to go around the whole city, and on every poster, I'm going to write underneath the Short Expectations poster, I'm going to write, contact Carlton Clariton in caps. The Colchester Mansion, because because I'm mad that he was embarrassed of us.
Yeah, right. Because like he could receive our mail when we're out in sub 2 and stuff like that, and he could actually like respond to messages and that. And if we give him ascending zone, he could contact us anytime something comes up. And
yeah, we're gonna have to make him keep a calendar of appointments.
Yeah.
I hope he can write. Did anybody ask if he could read or write?
Nope.
Jeez. We should have had an interview, Lindell.
Too late now.
Lindell's never interviewed for a job, so she doesn't know that that's a thing.
Yeah.
You armed him, weapons and money, and just here you go, bud.
There you go.
In a haunted house with a killer robot. and a flash collar from Otherwhere. Don't forget about that.
I know. I feel like this is Carlton's story now. Whatever's going on with him is going to be more interesting, where he's just getting chased around the house, hiding in corners.
I'm going to rewrite the novel. It's all going to be from his perspective.
Yes.
He's getting hit in the back of the head with the stones. It's just all... what the...
Diary of one Carlton.
All right, guys.
Okay.
Go ahead
Bye.
and